Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, January the
30th.
30th? Yikes. It's another Technical Alpha podcast. It's 2020. I said 2019 last week, or not last week, week before last. Because that's where my brain was at.
I've still been writing 2019 on forums and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember whenever I was, when I was still in school or whatever. Let's see here, live pod. There we go. When I was still in school, and every time it was a new year, it was how long is it going to take before I stop writing the previous year on all of my papers, on all of my whatever, because especially the elementary school or even in junior high when they make you write your name and the date in the top right corner of every loose leaf page that you've ever put any work on.
Yep.
It was always how fucking long? And usually it was almost a full month or more before I was like, oh, wait a minute. It's actually 2020. So here we are. Yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. No Technical Alpha podcast. Sorry for the hiatus last week. I had a loss in the family. We lost my grandmother, my dad's mom. But that has been officially settled. We had her viewing. It was just the family because there will be a service in the summer. She wanted to be cremated, so we don't have a rush date on a service because she's cremated. So and even if you wanted to, you can't really dig a hole in the ground right now.
No,
because it's basically concrete.
Yeah.
And so we'll have a service in the summer, but that was all settled and done. But it was nice. They funeral home did a spectacular job. She looked exactly like she always did, which is nice. Some funeral homes, ain't it? If you do open casket viewing, sometimes it's like somebody from the Jersey Shore did their makeup or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
This was done bang on. I was very happy to see it. But that's why it was last week, and then also I had a flu.
Damn.
All at the same time. So.
Not a good week.
It was a solid weekend, all in all. But I'm just, as of today, this is the first day where I woke up and I didn't feel like in the flu fog anymore. It was crazy. I always kind of passively believed in the voodoo that is Cold FX. You've used Cold FX in the past,
of course.
I've always just been does it really? Is it really shortening or limiting, my
boosts the immune system.
Symptoms, right? This is the first. So I had a flu, but it was the first time that I had all the flu symptoms were there. I was taking my Cold effects, and it was like Hodor. Hold the door! It was just right there. Everything was on the brink. I had the body aches, but I had no fever. I had sore throat, but it was
it was just enough to kind of it was there.
It was enough to let me know that I was sick.
Yeah.
But that was it.
It was the feeling that damn, this feels like the beginning of something.
Yes, but it
never turns into something.
The whole time. And it's saying I never got a stuffed nose or anything.
Damn.
For the whole thing.
Damn.
All that happened was on the other side of it for the last let's say 3 days. No matter how much sleep I got, dead.
Yeah.
At all times.
Yeah.
But I will trade dead and still able to do some work.
Yeah.
Versus all the way dead and no work every time.
You know what's going to happen now, Adam?
What's that?
You're going to end up being a Cold FX.
Everyone's taking Cold effects now.
The moment something is coming on, Or you're going to do what a lot of people do with cold effects, which
they just take it like, throughout the
they
year.
just take it throughout the year. So they'll wait until like the season
anyway.
changes.
Yeah, the season.
And then they're like, shit, you know what? The weather's changing. I'm going to get on the cold effects now.
100%.
And then like weeks in, you're like, oh, fuck, my shit was already ready to go. I'm fighting motherfuckers now.
And this year's been bad for it too because our temperatures have gone from like negative 18 to like plus 15
yeah.
and then negative
Dude,
18.
it was like plus 14 the other day.
Yeah.
I had to check I was on my car and it's like plus 14 and the truck's outside, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, that can't be right. And I look at my phone, 14. I'm like, what the fuck? It was like negative 12
sweating.
yesterday.
You're going outside sweating, and then the next day you go outside, like last night, all of a sudden it was like, how about minus 12?
Sure.
And so no wonder people are getting sick all over the place. Bodies don't know what the hell season it is, doesn't know what's going on. Anyway, that was why we didn't have a podcast last week. If you ever want to know, the one place, ironically, that I forgot to post that there was no podcast, I think last week, was... Maybe I did remember. I don't remember anymore. Was maybe on Patreon. Or no, not Patreon. Sorry, it was on the Technical Alpha Twitter. Everywhere else got it. So if you're following myself,
people knew it was up. I was telling people and stuff like that. People knew it was up.
You know, you'll know when that kind of stuff happens. But it's pretty uncommon. Either way, Jeff, we have a bumper crop of news.
Yes,
a bumper crop.
We have a lot.
The farmers are happy.
Yes,
but before we get to that,
yeah.
How was your last couple of weeks?
Oh, let's put it this way. I'm going to be very happy when I'm done doing physio and stuff.
Yes, physio's never fun.
It's not fun. It's not like it was kind of shitty the first couple times. Like now it's more routine, and I get to go on the bike for the first time on Wednesday. So everything's going good. Saw my surgeon a few days ago now. Everything is looking good. I can get rid of these damn crutches in 2 weeks. But it's just fucking up my schedule completely. Because, you know, there's a couple days a week where I have to go to physio in the mornings. And then I've got each day, there's like an hour almost of exercises that I got to do that I just can't skip.
Lots of stretching and probably slow movements to like get that strength back.
It's boring and it sucks.
And it hurts. That's the worst part about physio.
Yeah, it hurts.
Is that the exercises are not hard.
No,
they just hurt.
It's just not fun.
Yeah,
it's just not a good time.
No,
it's just not it's not a good time.
Nobody's ever really enjoyed physiotherapy.
But I can say it's working. Like it really, truly is working.
Just like cold effects,
it works.
Physiotherapy works.
It is. Yeah, exactly. You know, it is just like cold effects. You know, you feel like the pain is there. It could be a lot worse.
Start now.
Yep. So we're stopping it now before it gets stupid.
Yep.
And that's just that. So yeah, that's been good. I've been getting out and seeing some movies, which I'll be able to talk about. I've actually saw more movies in the last month than I have in the last like 6.
Yeah, you were on a hiatus movie.
I was just like, you know what? I get out of physio. I'd be like, you know what? It's fucking like 11 a.m. I'm just gonna go see like a noon movie.
Yeah.
I just go see a movie.
Why not?
So there's that. Other than that, man. Same old same. Been looking for a new rental property, so I've been looking at some spots. Scoping them out. And that's just pretty much it.
What about your speech?
Oh, yeah, fuck. Yeah, that's right.
Which has been something that's been kind of like on the back, like as a thing that's been open to a possibility for a really long time. If it's the person I remember you talking about years ago.
Yeah, no, this is a different person.
Oh, okay.
Coincidentally. So anyway, I got an email from SMU. So I went and talked at SMU. They have an entrepreneurial center. It's part of their business school. And I got an email asking if I wanted to talk about entrepreneurship. And this talk was more centered on, the topic was around making a living or having a business in social media.
All right. Yep.
So like how to grow and things like that. So there was 3 speakers. One chick was, she did like some modeling and she worked with a media related company and makes posts on social media, like lifestyle type thing.
Yeah.
Another guy is a photographer, and then there was me. So yeah, we did a talk. It was great. It was a fairly big turnout. There's probably like, I don't know. I didn't take a head count, but it's probably 70, 80 students.
Nice.
So like it was a fair amount of people.
That's nice.
I had never, and it was at like 7:30 at night.
Mm.
Went on until we were there till like 10 because it went till 9, and then people had questions and stuff at the end. But I got invited by a guy who's a big fan of Leg TV.
Oh, nice. There you go.
And he actually showed me a picture that he got with you at HellCon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, he said he watched us religiously in junior high. Now he's a second-year student helping run that whole thing that they have. They do it once a month where they bring in speakers and stuff. But it was good, man. I got to it was a weird experience because I go there and it's a bunch of students and they're all mature, everything was cool, but it just felt weird to be back in a university and then being a 33-year-old now.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at these young 20-year-olds 19, 20, 21, I just felt so much more. It was a weird thing because on one hand, it was really cool of them to look to me for guidance or some kind of wisdom, however you want to look, you want to put it. So that was cool. But also, what it did is it made me realize how much I've gone through in like a
decade,
a 10-year period.
Yeah.
It's really
20 through 30 is a big decade.
It's it was like more of a self-reflection experience more than anything. I think I probably got more out of the experience than what they did. Not only was I able to speak in front of people for the first time, I talk in front of people. I mean, we do.
Yeah, of course. But it was like in a live forum.
In a live forum where people were, it's solely focused on me.
Yeah.
I didn't prep anything, bro. I literally, I'm just going to tell my story.
Yeah.
And I try to make it relatable. Like I told them about me being at Dow and dropping out and stuff like that. I just made it personal. I just talked about me and what I do. But it was really cool, especially afterwards when they started coming up to me and asking me questions and I was getting to know them a little bit. It's wild what 10 years difference, even just in the mindset. Like, I'm talking to these kids. It's weird to even say that, but I'm talking to them, and I can see how young and naive and inexperienced, like they really don't know what the fuck. And they were asking me, some of the kids were asking me questions like just feeling like they're trapped or feeling like they're and I talked about it a little bit in my speech, where I was at a weird spot when I first started doing this. And I said, like, my partner actually graduated from SMU. And then when I quit my day job and I was doing this full time, Adam was still finishing up school and then, he was potentially going to move out to Toronto and take a corporate job. And this is all I had, or at least that's what I thought, right? This was it. This was do or die for me.
Yeah.
And it was weird. It was cool and weird to hear them sort of allude to the same things where some of them felt like they didn't have, I wouldn't say they didn't have much to go, but it's like do or die, or maybe they were slacking out on their studies and now they got to get focused. And when you're that young and I look back, it feels like your whole world is like
well, you're still in school.
Yeah.
So like your life is still basically still revolves around academia, right? If you're talking to somebody who, let's say, was 21 years old and they left high school and they went right into trades, you'd be noticing a vastly different conversation happening. Yeah. Because they're out in it's not that the university students aren't in the real world and some of them are working, 2 jobs plus going to school or whatever the fuck to make it happen. But it's still the mindset is totally different because their outlook, their goalposts are different than somebody who's been out of high school and immediately dumping themselves into the workforce. Yeah. Because there's just things that you won't experience. That's
what it is. It's like I've been through a lot. Yeah. Like I've just experienced life over the last 10 years.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they haven't experienced that yet. So I'm looking at them thinking to myself like, girl, guy, you've got the world. You've got so much time. You're going to figure this out. Like, if only you knew. Yeah. But at the same time, I could say that to them and they wouldn't really think much differently because they don't. And I was the same way when I was that age. You know what I mean? So it was just like a really It was a great experience. I love to do that shit more, like
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
you know, and be able to talk some more because I had like a 20, 25-minute window.
Mm.
You know, if I had an hour, I could really like dig into certain things. But it was a cool experience. I got a lot out of it, and yeah, it's kind of lit a fire like to do more of that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes to think back to what you were even like when you were 21.
Mm.
It's sometimes I feel easier for me to remember what I was like when I was like 12
Yeah,
than when I was 21 years old.
That's true.
At 21, and I think some of it's hubris. So like at 21, like you would have experienced, and this isn't everyone, but it's a lot of people, especially when you're in university and you have your whole life ahead of you, right? Is that you haven't, not everyone has experienced roadblocks yet, and what that does to your goals as time goes on, because you're still in the school system. You might have some roadblocks like, yeah, I have to work an extra job or something like that. You know, that crops up.
Yeah.
Like money is normally like the first roadblock to anyone in university.
Yeah.
It's all anyone talks about is money. It's my student loans. It's my this and that. It's my scholarship. It's my no scholarship. It's the, you know, what do I have to, like, how many courses can I take while I'm still working at the same time? But then they get out, and then when you're out and you're in the working world and you've had all these fresh goals that you had coming out of university set in front of you, and then you realize that life's not going to let you just waltz through
do whatever you want to do.
goals
Yeah.
from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And that sometimes it's going to mean that like there are like multiple forks. You might still have the same end goal, but life is going to force you to take some forks and go in a direction you did not think you were originally going to go in.
Sometimes the direction you don't want to go in.
And yeah, you don't want to go in.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can change what your ultimate end goal is.
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera. And so when you're in that mindset, you know, kids still at that age, that 20, 21, whatever, they're almost still in the teenage mentality where they're invincible. And I don't mean that in the sense of just physically, because when you're a teenager, physically, you feel like you're invincible.
Yeah.
You will throw yourself off the roof of a house into a snowbank, not even think about it. You're like, fuck it. YOLO. Right? Just do it.
Ask me if I do that today.
No.
Hell no.
I wouldn't throw myself off my front porch.
Yes.
Let
No.
alone off the roof of a house.
Hell no.
So, but in university, you almost have mentally you're invincible, right? You're like, yeah, I'm in university. It's going to mean that everything's going to be
You
fine.
have no
on the
real
other
fears
side.
yet. You don't know what's coming.
No, not real fears. And some of them do.
Some
but
of them do. Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of them don't. Most of them don't.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you get that kind of experience. So I'm sure it was
good.
illuminating.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, you already know how my last couple of weeks went. Spent basically being in bed and then spending time with family. I haven't done anything crazy gaming-wise. Brian and I are still doing Shitty Games Done Slow. We haven't had a chance to do that, obviously, for the same reasons we weren't doing the podcast. Otherwise, I've just been playing whatever. I hopped into PUBG yesterday. They had an update recently, in the last week, maybe not even in a week, and I didn't think. I mean, PUBG. I keep saying. I even said this during the stream yesterday. I said when somebody said, "Is this game good yet?" And I said, "PUBG is about as good as PUBG is going to get." And I said that, but then later on I thought about it, and I was like, PUBG right now, what I'm playing today, even from like 3 or 4 months ago, it's better now than it was 3 or 4 months ago, and not in a small way. They've added a lot of stuff that on the surface you'd be like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. But then you get into the game and it changes it in just enough of a way that it makes PUBG better. It's not as monotonous. They're focusing on smaller maps now. The latest one they released is a much smaller map.
That's good.
Desert map. They've introduced Semtex, like sticky explosives. And then instead of just having that be like for only killing other players, they've added strategic things on the map. There's destructive walls now you can shoot through. You can blow them up. There's purple zones now that nuke certain houses that will destroy the house. So it's to help reduce camping in the early game. People can't just sit in a fucking house. Purple zone will come fuck your day up. The explosives are used to open up areas, like, for example, on one map, the new map, there are domes that are hiding underground bunkers that have been cemented over, and you blow the cemented over entryway. You get down, it's all the good loot. But the trade-off is it can be harder to get back out without just getting killed. So there's like a lot more going
That's
on
cool.
there. It's running way smoother. It's playing like everything about PUBG is better now than it's ever been. And it just surprised me because I thought for sure that given where PUBG is now versus where it was in the past in terms of player count, that they would have just done bare minimum to keep the game going and just make their money as long as people are willing to play it and call it there. But they're adding not insignificant feature changes to the game. So I still pop in once in a while. It's good right now. If people have been playing PUBG in the past and you haven't played it in a while, you want to give it a go, this is a good time to hop in.
There you go.
We have all sorts of shit to talk about, Jeff. There's one really big topic here today.
Yeah, some of them are quick.
But a lot of these are quick, thankfully.
Yeah.
And honestly, last week, before we had canceled the podcast, I was a little concerned that last week we wouldn't have enough to talk about because these were such fast topics. But we have some meat and potatoes this week to go along with it. And so here we go. First thing on the list, the first thing on the list is hit the like button.
Oh, that's right. Hit the fucking like button. Patreon.com/legtv. Those two things need to happen.
Very important.
There you go. The like button.
Despite the fairly lengthy delay that is already in place, we talked about for Cyberpunk 2077, pushed until I think it was like September or whatever. It was 5 months. Team confirmed that they will be in crunch time solid for all those 5 months.
Damn.
So a lot of people were thinking, oh, okay, this will let them polish the game up. It will mean that they don't have to do such extensive periods of crunch. No, what that actually just means is it's still going to be crunch. It's just now it's going to be crunch for 5 straight months.
Damn. Rip.
So good luck.
Godspeed
To the team.
We'll see you in 5 months.
We'll see you in 5 months. Another leak for PlayStation 5 shows yet another possible final design for the console, Jeff.
Jeez, how many of these things are we going to get? First, there were spaceships. Then there were like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I've actually seen this. Not this specific one. It looked very similar to the last one that I saw, though.
Yeah. So, this basically looks like a PlayStation... I'll post it in chat for those here on Twitch anyway. Otherwise, if on YouTube, it's all very
I like
easy
the
to find.
last version that I saw, not this one.
It looks basically like a PlayStation 4, but for whatever reason, they made it an oblong and then popped out the bottom corners. It looks like you took a deck of cards.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Yeah.
And turned the top half of the deck on an angle.
Yeah.
Can't
say I'm a big fan of that design.
I hope that's not it because that just fits on shelving weird.
Yeah.
It serves no purpose to be the shape that it is.
Yeah.
That I can think of, and I certainly
gonna pass on that look.
Gonna pass on that look. But the event coming up that is allegedly supposed to happen in February. That's going to be the release event or the showing of PlayStation 5. It's coming up anyway in the next few weeks. So we're going to see.
We're going to see it soon.
We're going to say which one. Place your bets now. Which design, if any, of these leaked designs are the final one. But yeah, not my thing. And in a similar vein, a few podcasts ago, we had discussed that there was some. They had released some renders of, or some pictures of the Xbox Series X, which turned out to be renders, and that new photos of what seems to be the back of a prototype console, an actual physical console, show some differences between that and the original renders that we were seeing. So this is looking like a pretty legit prototype of the console anyway. Mm-hmm. And on the back, you can see they are very different. So namely, no USB-C ports, at least on the back. Don't know if that means if there's anything on the front. But the two USBs that are there are likely 3.1 ports regardless, just not C's. There is an HDMI out, but there's no HDMI in like the other prototype was, which was what the Xbox One had. Not everyone made use of it. It was a pretty minimal feature. Don't think it needs to be there. It's not there apparently, at least in this prototype, if this is the case. And then it looks like Well, they got SPDIF, optical audio and whatnot. I'm not sure what the hell this is. I don't know if this is like I actually don't know what that port is.
I don't know what that is either.
And then I'm guessing this is power out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there are some differences between them. And so there you have. For better or worse, I don't think it makes much difference. I think that at this point in time, literally everything should be USB-C. Fuck the A plug. Just get rid of it.
Yep, I'm with you.
Everything should be C.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of, the only reason I can think of that they haven't done nothing but C is for perhaps peripherals that already are in the Xbox environment that are an A type.
Mm-hmm.
There's still 3.1 jacks, but it would mean that you wouldn't have to have a dongle to convert it from A to C to plug it into the new Xbox. That's the only thing I can think of, and maybe some cost savings, because I'm sure C is still more expensive than an A port, just based on volume. But regardless, I just think they should all be USB-C.
I'm with you.
It's the year 2020. Get off of the A-type hype. The fuck away from it.
There's no hype for that shit, bro.
There is no hype for that shit.
Zero hype.
There's all the hype for C, though. No more plugging it and going, oh, wait, no, that's not the right way. And then flipping it, and then, no. It was actually the original way that you tried the first time.
Yep.
This is the rule of USB cables.
Yay.
Activision Blizzard enters into a multi-year partnership with Google Cloud and YouTube Gaming, Jeff. Game services requiring the cloud will use Google's infrastructure, and I'm guessing that would include like multiplayer, perhaps game servers, as well as any cloud storage or cloud processing that needs to happen. All going to be done on Google's. Ultimately, it's basically Google versus Microsoft's cloud versus maybe, I think the third would be Amazon, sorry. Amazon, Microsoft. I think IBM has some stuff, but IBM's not really in this conversation anyway. And all Blizzard esports will be exclusively hosted, the live versions anyway, will be exclusively hosted on YouTube Gaming moving forward, at least for the multi-year deal. This is, I think, 2 or 3 years or something like that. Multi-year. If you wanted to kill your if you wanted to kill your esports any harder than they already were killed, this is a good way of doing it.
Why? I'm trying to think, instead of me just shitting on this, I'm not trying to the only thing that I would shit on would be it's I understand in the context. Yeah, but why YouTube Gaming?
I think that's just because Google said if you're going to use our shit for the cloud, you're going to have to host all your shit on YouTube Gaming. Because YouTube Gaming is looking for anything they get their hands on that standardizes people coming to the platform, right? Like YouTube doesn't have a lot of that as it stands. And so I don't think this was Activision Blizzard putting it on the table. I think that was Google putting it on the table during the discussion.
They couldn't renegotiate so that they can still be on the damn thing and then go to other, YouTube Gaming, all of Blizzard's esports shit. If Overwatch League wasn't dead yet, it's gone. It's gone. Now it's super dead.
Yeah, super dead. We're gonna need a T-shirt pretty soon.
Isn't this starting to make sense? Isn't this starting to make sense?
Yes.
Blizzard, out of nowhere. I shouldn't say out of nowhere because we saw it coming.
Yeah.
Goes, hey guys.
Yeah.
We're out of StarCraft. No more WCS.
Washing our hands of
it. We're washing our hands of it. But we're going to give you some money here for Warcraft and StarCraft so you guys can go and do your thing. A month later, they announce now that all their shit is going to YouTube Gaming. Is it a coincidence? It's not. It's but they had to have known that this was coming. This isn't a deal they make in the last 30 days.
No, of course not.
This is
this has been in the talks.
This has been going on for a while,
for a hot minute.
This is fucking madness. What the fuck? That's it. Activate. Why? You know what? Blizzard is out of esports, bro.
Yeah.
Blizzard's done. Blizzard is out of the world of esports. There's not enough of this.
Activision Blizzard has been one and the same, but in the grand scheme of things, it's been, as time has gone on, in terms of the direction, not just creatively, but in general.
Yeah.
It has been the percentage sway of who's got the bigger dick in the discussion. It's been more and more Activision and less Blizzard.
Yes.
As time has gone on for the Blizzard-specific portion of their catalog.
Yeah.
And this just seems like another Activision move. This is not a move Blizzard would make.
Hell no.
If it was up to them.
Well, Blizzard's
solely.
dead. I mean, the Blizzard's gone. So now when I say Blizzard, I mean Activision Blizzard.
Yeah,
Blizzard
it's just Activision.
Blizzard's been gone, bro.
Yeah, it's just Activision.
It's just Activision.
We still called it that. How long was it? 2 years before they just changed it to Activision and then took the Blizzard out.
Yep, 2 years. I give it another year.
Yeah,
year and a half. It's just going to be Activision. It's going to be the Activision launcher.
Yep.
Not the Blizzard launcher.
No, the Activision launcher.
The Activision launcher.
Yeah.
That's just pretty much the show.
Yep.
Is it? I mean, they just put a nail in the coffin. Overwatch League is done. It's literally
already done.
No, it's super done now.
No, but it was already the last nail in the coffin. Now we're putting just an extra nail.
Oh.
We found a spot on the coffin to put the nail in.
Yeah.
And we placed an extra nail.
Just in case.
And it was a particularly long nail.
It was a long nail, and they ain't getting through it.
Spiral.
Yeah.
Spike.
It's like if you're a professional Overwatch player.
I'm sorry.
Yes, that's pretty much all I can say right
sorry.
now.
Yeah.
Start playing something else now.
Pretty much anything.
Anything. It's over. Overwatch League is Dunsky. It's Dunsky. StarCraft, I mean, they already washed their hands. It's over. I mean, what do they have nothing left, bro. There's what other esport do they have?
Warcraft 3 Reforged, which is our next topic of discussion.
Perfect.
And buckle the fuck up for this one, folks at home, because this is a
clusterfuck.
This is, okay, all right, okay. So I'm gonna drink the rest of this hot chocolate. All right, look. I thought naively that Warcraft 3 Reforged would be the last solid hurrah from
Blizzard
in that they would treat it with respect to just and then moving forward, all the stuff we're going to get afterwards, Diablo 4, all the whatever the fuck, the mobile, all that shit, that's cemented. But this would be like the last good will move from them, their section of Activision Blizzard, all four of them remaining.
Yeah.
And I could not have been any further from the fucking reality of it. I mean, the truth is that this is categorically one of the worst re-releases of any game in the history of gaming. This isn't just a bad re-release for Blizzard. This is a bad re-release industry-wide all time.
Yes.
And it's highlighted by the fact that it's coming from Blizzard.
Not a good look.
I don't even know where to start with this, so I'm just gonna get this popping, and then we'll talk about the points that are the most important points that we find.
Before you get into that,
all right. All right,
I like what you said there.
Okay.
I like what you said because you said it's the last hoorah.
I thought it was going to be.
It's the last. Let me go ahead and make an analogy for you.
Okay. Does it involve a penis?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and make an analogy for you. All right.
Got to make that last thrust a good one.
Your high school sweetheart.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody's had one. Most of us have had one. It's good times. It's great times. A lot of firsts together.
That's right.
A lot of first sex. A lot of your first BJ. Your first hand job. Your first...
explored pegging.
Yeah. Maybe your first vacation together. Maybe it's your first pegging. Wow. Wasn't it for me, but... It's 2020. I'm not judging anybody out there that wants a good pegging. It's your first of everything. You know what? You had a great time, but you know what? Life has separated you. Different paths. When we talked about a little earlier, sometimes you want to get to this destination, but sometimes you just got to go.
Take a different path.
Take a different path.
That's right.
Life gets in the way. You guys had a great relationship. Everything was good, but you decided it's time to walk away. So you walk away. You reminisce. You look at the old photos on Facebook from 10 years ago.
More like Facebook forces you because it sends you a notification that says,
it's like, hey, remember when your life was good?
Here's you and your ex 10 years ago. You were happy.
So that's it. So everything is good. 10 years later, you're a little older. You've seen some shit.
That's right.
That high school sweetheart gives you a call.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, Joe. I'm going to be in town for the weekend visiting family. Really?
Susan?
Yes. What do you say we
Susan, you sound a little manly.
What do you say we meet up? Have a drink?
Am I talking
Just
to
catch up.
Mike Tyson? Right
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
All right, yeah, that sounds good, Joe says. Hangs up the phone. The weekend comes. You know you shouldn't be doing this, but you know what? Part of you just wishes things could be the way they were, but you know it's not going to be that way. But maybe, just maybe, you can have one last oorah. One last oorah before you and her finally, without any doubt, go your separate ways forever.
That's right.
That's Blizzard. So you get together, you have some drinks. She
Probably
says,
like Pabst Blue Ribbon.
whatever it is, she says, let's go back to your place, watch some Netflix and chill.
Okay, Mike Tyson.
Joe says, okay. You go back. You're sitting in bed, watching. She puts her ass cheeks up against your pelvis area, and you know she wants the dick.
That's right.
You know she wants the dick.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? I've been in here before. This is just like a little remake of what I used to
riding
have
a bike.
10 years ago. Hey.
Except that bike has a vagina.
It has a vagina.
Yeah.
And I've learned a few things. I'm sure she's learned a few things.
That's right.
I think I'm going to take this for a test drive. So you know what you do? You pull down her pants.
You ask first because it's 2020.
Yes, you definitely ask first, but she's giving you all the signals.
You ask her to sign a piece of paper that says that she states that this is okay.
Yeah, she does.
And then you go for it.
Yeah, that's okay. She writes down, she puts it on a napkin, whatever, just gives you consent, just in case things go bad. But as she's writing on that consent form, she lets you know something.
That's right.
I'm on my period.
Oh.
Fuck. You got a decision to make.
Did you ever in the high school, was one of your first parting the Red Seas?
No, I parted my Red Sea many years after that.
Okay.
I'm on my period.
Okay.
So then you got to ask yourself, do I really want to buy this expansion? Do I really want to experience this that bad? The answer is yes. So you buy it. So you go in. You go in, and you realize you shouldn't have went in. There's a mess. It's fucked up your sheets.
Yeah.
It's all over you. You can't get hard anymore.
As it turns out, Mike Tyson has a heavy flow.
She has a heavy flow. It's not good. It's not good at all. You realize you should have never have got that expansion. You should never have gone back to where it was, because the reality is, after all these years, it's not the same.
No.
It's not the same.
It's definitely not.
You got to let things go. But part of you just wished that you could have that one last oorah before you make the change forever, knowing you'll never get what you used to have again.
That's right.
You had an awful night.
Awful is an understatement.
It was awkward.
Yeah.
It was definitely not the way you wanted to end that relationship completely.
Or any relationship.
Or any
for that
relationship at that matter. And you never speak to each other again. Yeah. That right there is what Blizzard did to all the Warcraft fans out there. And let me just say it how it is, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody out there has prayed and hoped for a day we get StarCraft 3 or a day we get Warcraft 4, the answer is never.
I wouldn't want to see it like what we currently get anyway. I don't want to see
the
it anyway.
answer is never. It's dead. It's ogre. What's
or
wrong?
In this case, it's just orker.
It's orker. So
something need doing.
What's wrong with this game, Adam?
Jeff? And I'm not joking when I say this. It might be easier if I just told you what wasn't, because I'm going to scroll down.
Oh, I didn't even see all this. Okay, we can't go through all this. This is he's got 2 pages of one-liners.
I got to give a shout out to Eon of Aeon, who's in chat right now, because he hooked us up with a summation of the 7th circle of hell that is this game as per Reddit. Some of these topics are things that I think people are just being salty for no reason. Some of them are legitimately bad. But before we kick this off, there's a great summary of this. There are 2 things. One, it's a redone cutscene. that I will post. Let's see. We can. Okay. How many of these cutscenes do you even remember at this point? None. Okay. So I'll just explain to you. This one's the Illidan versus Arthas fight, and it was redone by a studio that they had outsourced, and it looks like a cutscene that a university student that you talked to
Let's
over
watch
the
it.
weekend.
Play it.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Is it long?
It's like 2 minutes.
Play it.
Are you sure you want to witness this?
Yes.
Okay.
Show me it, Adam.
All right. Okay.
We've come this far. I want period juice on me.
All right. Okay. Well, that's your choice.
I want it on me, Adam. I want to feel it.
That's your choice.
All right. I want this to be regret.
Oh, you're going to regret it. Buckle up.
Good.
Buckle the fuck up. Here we go. The animation is terrible. The visual is terrible. The audio is terrible. There's no music in this cutscene anymore.
It's the Frost Morn.
I can't describe to you how. I mean, it literally looks like somebody who has. It actually looks like somebody who's like an above average leaving high school, does this as a hobby, going into university, hoping to do this for a living. And when you see that, because they just came out of high school, you're like, you know what? That's pretty good. But they haven't learned how to like make things look like they have weight yet. They haven't learned how to like really animate running properly, etc. Like that's. They're also still using the thing every 5 seconds. I've never seen that before, Jeff.
He didn't even cut hair.
No, there's nothing.
Transform.
Anime! They paid somebody to redo that cutscene, Jeff. Did that look any better to you than
No.
something that we would have seen
No.
on the real? No, of course not.
No.
Jeff, I've got something else for you.
Oh boy.
So this here is an example of, you know, what they had shown during BlizzCon 2018 for where they were taking the direction of this Reforged, and then the full release that we just got, and it's showing them side by side, so that you can see and witness in all of its glory where all the money went.
Can't wait.
Here we go. On the left is BlizzCon, on the right is what we have now.
Watch your tone with me, boy. You may be the prince, but I'm still your superior as a paladin.
Also, they redid a
As
bunch of
if
the
I
voice
could
actors
forget.
because they didn't want to pay the original
Listen,
guys
Luther,
how much they're worth
there's something
now
about
that
the play you
Warcraft
should
has blown
know.
up.
Those guys are like, yeah, fuck you. Pay me.
Oh no. We're too late. These people have all been infected. They may look fine now, but it's just
So
a matter of
basically,
time
we
before
went
they turn
from
into the undead.
having
This
properly
entire city must
framed,
be purged.
cinematic-ish looking
What?
cutscenes
How can
using
you
the
even
in-game
consider
models
that? There's got to be some other
to
way.
Yeah.
vague,
Damn it,
over-the-top
Luther.
shit like the
As
original
your
game,
future
plus
king,
talking
I
heads in the lower
order you
left.
to purge this city.
You are not my king yet, boy. Nor would I obey that command even if you were.
Then I must consider this an act of treason.
Treason? Have you lost your mind, Arthas?
Have I? Lord Uther, by my right of succession and the sovereignty of my crown, I hereby relieve you of your command and suspend your paladins from service.
Arthas, you can't just...
It's done. Those of you who have the will to save this land, follow me. The rest of you, get out of my sight.
You've just crossed a terrible threshold, Arthas.
Jaina?
I'm sorry, Arthas. I can't watch you do this.
Like, how are you going to go from... Oh, yeah. On the left, you're also going to see here the work in progress redo of the in-game overlay, because we've gone to widescreen stuff now, obviously. Shows much more of the screen, isn't the big chunky stuff we had in the 4x3. For the release that we have now, they just went and used the same shit that they had before. Axed all of that stuff. All the UI stuff, no. So, that's your first taste, and now we're going to delve into the magic that is this game. And boy, let me tell you, when I say that this is a candidate for worst re-release of all time,
You're not lying.
I mean it. So one of the most important things to take into consideration right now is that short of having the original discs and then managing to get this to run for just campaign stuff off of your original discs, as soon as you get into Reforged, it completely takes over your old install, and so you are playing Reforged now, whether you want to or not. And even if you play the old stuff, it patches it so that it's using certain inefficiencies of the Reforged in the old one, so that you're never getting your true old experience ever again. That's step one. So you actually just don't even get to play your original, even if you want to.
Great.
So let's get this party started. We've got a hell of a list here. First of all, land was removed. That just sucks some balls. Land should never be removed ever. In fact, it should be added, because how many times have we seen events being run that aren't on LAN, that have failed mid-tournament,
Yep.
that have required entire restarts of games?
Well, didn't they just give a bunch of money to fucking companies here to like run tournaments and stuff? Why wouldn't you have LAN in your game?
You know what I think of the most was, what was it? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. We already have enough to talk about anyway.
Yeah.
Land is removed.
Great.
That shouldn't have happened.
No.
Region locking for custom games. So you're playing custom games now only within your region. Can't
Great.
play worldwide.
Great.
If you have friends outside of your region,
Fuck them.
get fucked.
NordVPN it.
Yeah,
NordVPN.
NordVPN.
Promo code OTT.
There you go. Frozen Throne balance changes are applied to the ROC campaign playthroughs, which means that there are a bunch of missions. So the Reign of Chaos was the original game, right? Warcraft 3, and then Frozen Throne was the expansion. And Frozen Throne balance changes in this re-release are applied to Reign of Chaos.
Great.
Which means a lot of stuff is just outright busted or 1,000 times more difficult than it's supposed to be, because the ROC stuff was not intended for those balance changes that were made in the Frozen Throne.
Fantastic.
TFT and ROC Battle.net 1.0 is shut down. Doesn't exist anymore. You can't get access to it. Even if you wanted to, fuck you. You get whatever version that they give now. If you have them applied to your Battle.net account, you now own the free classic version of Reforged on the Battle.net launcher, which has shadows locked to Reforged owners only, lacks shaders, and has off-color saturation, which is kind of, neither here nor there. But the most important thing is that original Battle.net is gone. They have permanent chat stuck in the bottom right of your screen that you can't get rid of, that's global. in this new launcher, and they got rid of a bunch of other features, which I'm sure we're going to get to here. Problematic voice lines have been removed, which is another way for saying we didn't like what some of our characters said 20 years ago, and so we're going to get rid of them. Like, for example, for no reason at all, Thrall never says Grom, but always refers to him as Hellscream out of nowhere. Doesn't make any sense, but they did it anyway. Took the time to pay somebody to do that. All non-English voices have been entirely recast, and the English Arthas has been replaced with WoW Arthas. Translations and localizations are reportedly bad and full of errors. Animations and models have been outsourced to Lemon Sky Studios, who have worked on StarCraft Remastered, Gears 5, Final Fantasy XIV expansions, and a host of other games, which you think would be good, but didn't result in anything good here.
Nope.
Unit movement, for example, locked to 20 frames per second. The units move as badly and as clunkily as Brood War units did. Some folks on 4chan claim OG Warcraft 3 was like that, but I swear Warcraft 3 units weren't that stuttery and janky. It probably looks even more... It might be the case, but it probably looks even more apparent now that we're on modern hardware.
Mm-hmm.
Zero changes or improvements to any of the in-game cinematics, and only 3 CGIs or 4 of them were changed. Both intros, the Arthas versus Illidan, and maybe one other that Eon was unaware of. No new campaigns or storylines. They promised expanded content on Jaina, Sylvanas, and how Arthas got his horse. New UI was scrapped. Game uses old blocky 4x3 UI with no control group UI. Key bindings can only be changed by editing the ini file.
That's insane.
That one is really bad.
Yeah, that's insane.
How you even put out a game in 2020?
I tried. I played some yesterday. I was like, how do I change
that's right. You played it some yesterday. Yeah.
Couldn't even change my hotkeys.
That's bad. Like, that's real bad. Like, any file changes for that? Seriously?
Yikes.
Charging money for for extra or new models. Custom campaigns have been completely removed. 3D animated campaign backgrounds and portraits are also gone. Clans are gone. Automated tournaments are gone. Profiles are gone. Ladders are gone.
So am I.
Communal chat listings are gone. Also, you're always stuck in the general chat in the bottom right. Cannot hide or opt out of or remove it. Chat functionalities are missing, disabled, or removed. You're always online. There is no such thing as playing this offline now. TOS changes to the map editor that all new IP and ideas made in the map maker belong to Blizzard. This means anything you create within the Warcraft 3 environment can never be recreated, which is fine. I don't begrudge them for this because they didn't have this line in it before. They missed out on Dota.
Yep.
And fuck me if they didn't lose
a lot of
money on that. Old menu and UI designs have been replaced with Reforged designs. Arranged teams has been removed. Reconnection via G-Proxy has been removed. Desyncs and crashes in custom games has been a thing of the past since 2018 with the modernization patches, but they're back. Bot features removed, including online lobby listings and in-game chat available from a browser and competitive custom games. Auto balance and matchmaking elo systems for each of the custom maps gone. Censorship of lobby and map names. So, for example, if you name your lobby Booty Bay after the map called Booty Bay, some claims said that they got bopped with a kick from hosting for the lobby game. When bots were removed, they gave people the ability to ban someone permanently from entering the games you hosted. Now with Reforged, you have to reban them every single time you make a game. Ping and latency are worse in the Reforged patch. I'm going to assume that's probably based on the region and way they're handling region stuff. Yeah. Hacks and map hack protections have been reduced or removed. Yikes. Anti-spam protection has been reduced or removed. Game and replay archives are supposedly being hampered in some way according to forum posts, but not sure how and to what extent. You can no longer create or host private offline skirmishes for yourself via or versus the AI. Which means no pausing skirmishes. They must be a custom game as part of the custom game lobby and marked as private. This could also be taken in a number of ways, but in their special thanks section, they give thanks to Metzen, Morheim, Pardo, and Bobby Kotick, of all people, but not Sam Didier. I'm probably not pronouncing that name right, but he's the guy who did the art style, is responsible for Warcraft 3's art style, and a lot of Blizzard's 2000s, 2010 art styles being what it is. This is revealed as the song he sings, Power of the Horde, plays in the background. So the song that he wrote is playing in the background while the special thanks are playing, but he's not mentioned, and he's also responsible for the vast majority of the art that is now beholden to Blizzard's main intellectual properties for nearly a decade. Pretty good. But Bobby Kotick, he's in there. There's like 2 more. One sec.
Wait.
But wait.
There's more.
There's more. Podcast topics right there.
What a shame.
What an absolute shit show. Someone found that the text directing people to update their controls via INI editing still lists it as a beta. I think that's it. Maybe.
That's it?
No. They removed the original error icon with Sam's young face on it. Sam Didier is the guy who we just talked about. Or Didier. I have no idea how to pronounce his last name. Sorry. Young face on it, and replaced it with the young woman from the Warcraft 3 dev team. So they just axed him out of everything. I don't know what the fuck he did.
Dude, he fucked somebody's wife.
But he did some shit. They got rid of him entirely. I'm hearing reports that the menu is in HTML, so... Fuck, I hate when games do that. When the main menu is a browser. PUBG does that. Drives me fucking wild. Confirmation. If you do not have internet access, you can only play the campaign. Period. That's it. Custom settings of keybinds still direct players to manually edit the INI file for bindings as it lists the game as being in beta. And the last thing here, if your original Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne installation is updated via Battle.net, it deletes your existing folder of custom maps. Fuck.
I don't know
what are you even supposed to say to that? What are you even supposed to say to that shit?
How do you even come out with this? I mean, they weren't ready for this. They weren't ready. This got rushed.
This got delayed.
I know.
And it's still like this.
This got rushed. They
had no reason to. It was in the works for fucking ever. What were they doing?
Nothing.
What this looks like is they got so far into it, and then somebody said
no,
and
stop.
retcon it,
Yeah,
and pulled it out because we stopped caring. Which would be fine if they didn't fuck with everyone's existing fucking version of Warcraft 3.
How do you come up with it, Warcraft 3, and you got no ladder, no profiles, no real matchmaking? Like, how do you even come out? How do you even release? Dude, I played 3 games yesterday. Now, I'll admit, played fine.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have these lag issues.
I suspect it depends on the region you're in.
I mean, it ran fine. It looks fine graphically.
Yeah.
Feels like old
Well, I mean,
Warcraft.
you could play the original Warcraft with a mod for widescreen.
Yeah.
It still looked and played fine.
There you go.
So they didn't do anything special.
They didn't do anything there.
No.
But the fact that I queue up and I'm literally getting 1 out of 50 Koreans that never stop playing Warcraft 3, and today is Christmas to them, and you're just trying to get in there and have some fun, maybe trying to learn a couple things.
One giant lump of coal in the shape
and then they're
of a dick.
blade mastering and killing your fucking workers and just fucking you dry.
Yeah.
Like it ain't no shit.
Yeah.
And there is nothing you can do about it.
That's right.
There is no, hey, I'm going to queue up and I'll play against others nubs. Nah, motherfucker. Everybody that's
playing.
playing.
The people that have been religiously playing this for like 15 years.
Yes, and it's not fun. That's not fun. That's just not. It's not a good time. It's not a good way to learn.
No.
It's not a good way to enjoy the game. It's sad, dude. It's very, very sad. Honestly, I was expecting Blizzard to hit a home run with this.
That's what I thought. The last one, the last home run.
Yeah.
This was fucking Sammy Sosa before getting popped for peds.
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty much dead on arrival.
Mark McGuire, even more specifically, before getting popped. This is the last home run derby. Let me crank like 40 home runs, easy peasy, and then get taken off the HGH.
StarCraft Brood War Remastered is going to have a longer shelf life than this.
Yes. Because it was done properly when they were still capable of.
This game's done.
Yeah.
Bro, this is over, bro. Blizzard's going to come out soon. They're going to say, "Oh, hey, sorry guys, we fucked up. We got some big patches coming. We're going to make this right. And people already checked out. This is done. You just don't release a game like this. You just don't. This is not. This is a spit in the face of. And you know what? Blizzard was doing so well in the last 6 months. Like Blizzard really. The BlizzCon shit was fine. They've been saying sort of the right things for the most.
They were doing well.
Well, they weren't doing what they were doing. They've been
a passing grade.
Listen, they weren't.
They were in the C's get degrees category.
Yeah. Because before, bro, before that, it was a shit. I mean, they couldn't do fuck all right if they tried. So you were thinking that, you know what? WoW Classic was a big hit. They did that shit right. Of course they did, because it's the fucking game that makes them billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Right? But Warcraft 3, they know they ain't fucking making no money. This is a cash grab. How many motherfuckers can we get to buy this game and then tell them we're going to throw some money into a tournament to get them excited about it and have them buy it, and then we're just going to release dog shit?
You know what I think this is? You ready for your tinfoil hat? You know what I think this is?
What?
I think this is Activision's way of killing anything that isn't WoW and making sure that people understand that Warcraft 4
is never going to happen.
Is not coming.
Oh, this
is a way to get people so disinterested in Warcraft outside of WoW. They don't want to put any effort in.
That's 200 IQ.
They don't want to do any of that shit.
That's 200 IQ.
They're putting this seems like this project was started when there were still enough people at Blizzard with pull.
Yeah.
To make the project happen.
Yeah.
And then as this got closer to release and as the money for making this happen got more and more, and the people that were there with the poll got less and less,
yep,
and Activision's share in decision-making got more and more,
yep,
it got to the point where Activision said, nope, axe it, retcon everything that doesn't need to be done, put in the stuff that works now, not stuff that needs to be keep having work done to it, and push this shit out the door, and then forget about it. It's done. I don't want to support it online. I don't want to have to run anything that's going to have to be long-term. I want this to get put out that runs on existing infrastructure that we don't have to put any more money into and let it die. And then have people not care about Warcraft outside of WoW anymore because they don't make us any money.
That makes sense.
And just move the fuck on.
That makes sense, Joe Rogan. Your conspiracy is making a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Release it. It's garbage. They're going to buy it anyway. They're going to hate it, and they're never going to ask for Warcraft again.
No. And so you don't have to worry about it. Not that I thought that we were going to get one anyway, but now this has made me positive.
Hey, we're going to YouTube Gaming. Never ask for StarCraft again. Never ask for Warcraft again.
No.
Never ask for Heroes of the Storm.
Hearthstone.
Never ask for any of the shit.
Overwatch. Done.
That's it. That's the show.
World of Warcraft.
That's the
done.
That's it.
Milk.
That's it. That's it. And Overwatch is going to be done.
Well, Overwatch has only got one teat still producing milk at this point.
That's it.
And their teats are chapped and red, and every time you go, it complains. Like, ah!
You know what it's going to be? Call of Duty.
The Call of Duty League that they just announced is going to be on this.
Of course. But you know what? Call of Duty belongs on YouTube.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't belong on Twitch. Nobody really gives.
Well, does it? Because the people playing Call of Duty skew older.
But you know what?
The Call of Duty bros and YouTube is like ultra Gen Z.
Yeah, but you know what?
Shit.
Call of Duty also has been groomed on YouTube. Because Call of Duty really, it is starting to make a little bit of a push on Twitch in terms of you do have consistent streamers. But with all the YouTube montages and all the shit that Call of Duty had over the years, because let's not get it twisted, man. Call of Duty is more popular on console than it is on PC. And I just find console-related stuff was more skewed towards YouTube simply because of the way that you recorded and uploaded and shared your stuff. I think that is a good spot for Call of Duty.
Yes, yeah.
So I get that. Overwatch, that's a Twitch thing, man. Ain't nobody going to fucking YouTube to watch Overwatch content. Very minimal. Very minimal. There might be fucking 5 YouTube channels in existence. that is getting over 10,000 views a video for Overwatch on YouTube.
As a side note, I do have this. I know Eon's been pinging me 2 or 3 times about this now. But I know about it. It's in my list. We just haven't talked about it yet. But it's here. Is my end note to all of this. Is right now, there's not 1 or 2, there's multiple reports where it's pretty hard to get a refund from anything at a Blizzard. They make it it's a bit of a maze to get from point A to point B to get your refund. They are currently banning people on their forums for helping other people find where the refund section is to get a refund on Reforged. 2-week bans are being handed out right now for it. So,
fuck them. I'm not going to touch that game until there's a ladder. I can't even, bro. I can't play.
Which means you're never going to play the game.
Yeah, that shit ain't coming.
The only thing I can think of
that shit ain't
that
coming.
would happen.
You ain't even got a profile.
They're gonna fix some of the really particularly broken things, but they're gonna do probably what they've done before, where they're gonna come out with a social media post that's like the boilerplate response of, Jeff, we hear you. We understand that you're not particularly pleased with how this came out, and neither are we. We should have taken a little bit more time to give it the extra bit of elbow grease to make it the game that you wanted to play. And so, we're going to do that just for you. Coming up over the next couple months, we're going to have a series of posts related to the fixes that we're going to have for Warcraft 3 Reforged to make sure that we bring this closer to your expectations moving forward. And up to the standard that Blizzard is known for. They won't mention Activision. They'll say the standard that Blizzard is known for.
It ain't known for anything too high anymore, I'll tell you that much. Game's dead on arrival, boys. It's ogre. It's ogre. Blizzard, as we know it, it's gone. It's done.
Which we've said for a long time now.
Oh, it's.
But if it isn't apparent, if it wasn't apparent to you before,
it's gone. It's done.
This has got to be.
They're going to YouTube.
This has got to be.
They're going to YouTube, bro.
They've
killed off all their esports. It's GG, man. What's next? Fuck that shit. Oh, did you hear?
What?
Ninja. Yeah, I didn't see that in there, so I thought I'd throw it in there.
Reportedly, the alleged how much he got paid
between
to go to
$20 and $30 million, which I do believe that is exactly what we figured he was getting paid.
I think so.
Between $20 and $30 million.
We might have batted a little high.
No, Shroud. I said up to 50.
Shroud, we said up to 50. Oh, okay. I was getting conflated. Who we said up to 50?
Ninja, I literally said 20 to 30 million.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yes.
Because if you think about how many years it would be, and then what he'd make otherwise, and then sweeten it a bit, you're looking at 20 to 30 million.
I mean, if it's a 2-year deal, right? That's $10 million a year, assuming that's on the low end. Say he already makes $7 million a year himself.
Yeah,
he's giving some little icing on the cake,
which you have to if you're going to make a move like that.
Yes,
you need retirement money outright for your grandchildren, which he got. Halo Combat Evolved PC test starts in February. So for February, the original Halo in the Master Chief Collection of the PC, they're starting the tests. If you want to be ready for that and be a part of that, you got to sign up to be a part of the Halo Insider program, have the Master Chief Collection installed, and wait to see if you're contacted to see if you're going to be amongst the first to play. But otherwise, they are still aiming right now. It's still planned to have all of the Halos for the Master Chief Collection released this year, 2020.
There you go.
They're still on target, still on track for that, which makes sense because, like I said, I'm pretty sure they're going to use this as a vehicle to keep Halo on the lips of everyone throughout the year until Infinite's release with the Xbox Series X. Bango, and then it's going to pop, and then shit's going to be real, and they better not fuck that bad boy up because I will be sad. Horizon Zero Dawn team have calls out for employees that make it look like they are indeed considering some form of multiplayer for the sequel. I don't know how I feel about this. The only version of a Horizon Zero Dawn multiplayer that I would be even remotely okay with
co-op
is if you're doing some sort of co-op.
That's it.
Monster Hunter type shit.
I don't even want to see. Let Monster Hunter be Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it would be Monster Hunter insofar as that the combat within Horizon Zero Dawn is already similar to Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
And so you'd be getting that. So maybe it's just challenges to get bosses and things like that. I don't know if I necessarily want a co-op campaign, But if you give me the meat, which is like the combat with these robots, and then make it like Monster Hunter-esque in that you have a goal, you get your party together, you go do the thing. Make it harder and harder, maybe get some rewards, some cosmetic type shit. I think the possibilities are there, and the combat in Horizon Zero Dawn 1 was dope as fuck, so if they make it even better, and then you throw in a little bit of multiplayer, then maybe that's pretty good too.
There you go.
I'm almost positive it's going to come to the PC. I don't think that's rumor. I'm almost positive you're going to see it, and I think you're going to have it announced at E3 of this year, and I think it will drop sometime this year or early next. You're going to see Horizon Zero Dawn on the PC, and go from there, because we're already getting Kojima's game on the PC, and it's the same engine. So you fucking know they're working on Horizon Zero Dawn.
It's coming.
Top 20 lists for the best-selling games in the U.S. was released by the NPD. This kind of stuff is always kind of fun to see what's tracking in our neck of the woods. And so here we have it. 2019's top 20 best-selling games of the year.
All right.
Big shocker, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019.
Woo! They did it again.
Number 1. Number 2, shocking given how bad it is,
Woo!
NBA 2K20.
How do these games sell so much, man? Jesus fuck.
Madden NFL 20. I mean, Madden NFL 20 went under the radar in that it wasn't like it was really categorically terrible. It was just another Madden game. NBA 2K20 is a broken pile of dog shit, so the fact that it's number 2 is shocking to me. I'm also surprised that Madden is below NBA on this list.
That's true,
Borderlands 3 in the number 4 spot really surprises me. Mortal Kombat 11 at number 5 is also a bit of a shocker.
Damn.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order at number 6, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at number 7, Kingdom Hearts 3 at number 8, Tom Clancy's The Division 2 at number 9, Mario Kart 8 at number 10.
The fuck is Mario Kart 8 up there?
Because
Nintendo.
Year on year, you'll see that. That'll probably be still in the top 20 next year.
That's just insane.
Or this year. Grand Theft Auto 5, number 11, which is very interesting because that's an old-ass game.
Yep.
And it just keeps selling because the online portion
Yep.
is substantial. Red Dead Redemption 2, in fact, that was below Grand Theft Auto 5, which is even crazier. Minecraft at 13, not a shocker.
That game, man.
But it just doesn't go away.
Yay.
Big shocker for me, FIFA 20 is at 14.
Good. Keep falling.
That's wild that it's 14.
Keep falling.
Anthem somehow made it to 15.
What the fuck?
And
all right, man. What the?
Again, this is only the U.S., right? So just keep that in mind.
Oh, okay.
But it's still indicative of probably all of North America.
Fuck.
Which means, which now that I think about it, that's why FIFA is in number 14, because we're talking about the U.S.
Yeah.
But still, Anthem somehow made it to 15 on this list, which means, yikes. Fake-ass list? No, it's not fake. This is from the NPD. This is actually just market data. This is outright. This is the reality. You might not like it, but this is what it looks like. Pokemon Sword at number 16. Resident Evil 2 2019 at 17. Luigi's Mansion. I'm happy to see Luigi's Mansion crept up on this list.
I need to play that shit, man.
I can't wait to see how many copies of that 18, what that means, because just the thought that Luigi's Mansion 3 is in the... For 2019, it came out late.
That's crazy.
That is a late bloomer.
Yeah.
And it hit it.
I hear good things.
Days Gone at number 19, and number 20, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. That is a Wii U title coming in hot and fresh for 2019 in the number 20 spot.
Yikes.
Let's just break down a couple of the top spots for the individual consoles. For the Xbox, Call of Duty. Same for PlayStation, Call of Duty. Interesting that on the Xbox, Madden is more popular, and then on the PlayStation, it's NBA. Those two things swap, and then past that, it seems Borderlands very popular on the Xbox. Nintendo Switch games, the ultimate toppers for these bad boys: Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mario Kart 8, Pokemon Sword, Luigi's Mansion 3, and a New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is the number 5 spot on the Nintendo list. I don't even... Yo, it's fucking wild. And then the 3DS, no surprise here, Ultra Sun and Moon for the 3DS, as the 3DS is kind of just out there in the wild for people to buy shit. And then Persona Q2 New Cinema Labyrinth. I don't even know what the fuck that game is. At number 3. There you go. That's for the U.S. Pretty wild. I'm very shocked that sports titles just keep selling like they do. People have yet to figure out that they could still just keep playing and buy like a sports title once every 3 years. And then you'll get like actual demonstrable changes between the games that you're playing. But people keep buying them. Next up on our list of things to talk about, Temtem, which I played some of.
Temtem,
good game, broken as fuck right now.
Temtem.
In fact, I lost 5 hours of progress.
Oh,
Because everything is server side, and their servers were buckling and not
saving
polling and saving, and so I restarted and lost 5 hours content.
Temtem.
Which means I stopped playing Temtem.
Of course.
I'll wait until
It works.
It's working appropriately.
Temtem.
I will put up with a lot of bugs, but the one thing I won't put up with is having to redo content over again. I just won't. I don't have the time for it. I don't give a fuck about it. I'll let somebody else do that shit. It ain't going to be me. Temtem, very good. It is Pokemon. Full-blown, 2v2 kind of deal. Some different combat mechanics. I think the combat mechanics are great. I like them. There's a lot of quality of life stuff the Pokemon should have had about 15 years ago that it doesn't still, that Temtem has. That's great. I think the visuals work. I think the audio is fine. The music is good. Everything is just fine. It's just so much fucking Pokemon, down to like Professor fucking Oak. Everything is there. It's all Pokemon. Top to bottom. Temtem. Alan Wake was quietly released on the Microsoft Store. So if you haven't played Alan Wake yet and you were wanting to play it and it's on the PC.
Don't, because it's on the Microsoft Store.
That would be the only real major problem there is on the Microsoft Store.
I actually really liked Alan Wake.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is if it just released on the Microsoft Store, sequel, question mark?
Well, when they originally released the game, they were already planning Alan Wake 2 before the game even fucking released. Then the game released, and then they didn't end up making Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
So maybe they're actually going through with it now, but maybe not either.
Yep.
Who knows?
Konami is rumored to have 2 Silent Hill games in development. Konami eventually responded to these rumors, saying that they are in fact looking at ways to continue the franchise and paying close attention to what the community has been talking about to figure out how they're going to take the franchise in the future. And I have here, please God, no pachinko machines. I actually don't want Konami to do Silent Hill, but they're the only people that can right now.
Yeah.
And so that's just something I'm going to have to live with.
I'm going to keep it real. I think Silent Hill needs to die. I think
It definitely, if Resident Evil is still here, Silent Hill does not need to fucking die. Silent Hill just needs to not be with Konami.
I think that the fact that we have Resident Evil, we don't need Silent Hill.
They're wildly different horror games. Wildly.
They are, but they're not.
And Silent Hill, I'm going to be real, we're going to be on opposite ends.
It's not
Silent Hill 2 is the greatest horror game of all time.
Nah.
And Silent Hill, for atmosphere, shits.
No.
Wildly. Story, shits. Wildly.
Story, yes.
Basically everything about Silent Hill is better than Resident Evil.
I can't.
Almost categorically.
I can't go there. I can't go. I think Resident Evil 2 is better than Silent Hill 2.
No. And if we got PT that came out that Kojima was doing, that was basically the Silent Hill 2 extension, and you put that up against Resident Evil of any kind that exists today, it would take massive fucking dumps all over it.
I don't know, man. Resident Evil 7 VR. We had the Silent Hill VR that was going to come. Looked very similar, except we actually got one. The other one we didn't get. I don't know. I've been playing a bit of Silent Hill 2. It is a classic. It's a great game, but I cannot put it on the level. I'm a Resident Evil guy over Silent Hill guy. I just am. I see the appeal. I can't hate on people that love the game and think it is the greatest horror game of all time. I just have to go with my Resident Evil, and I really feel like Silent Hill. It's never been as popular as Resident Evil. And
that's because it's not an action game.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's a survival horror game. It's very similar to Resident Evil. It really is. Resident Evil was a bit more action based, but even the old ones, Director's Cut 2, 3, it wasn't as crazy. It got crazy. Resident Evil got very action like beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, it was the very survival horror. I think that Resident Evil is doing it well today. The remakes are good. I would much rather see a Silent 2 remake done well like the Resident Evil 2 remake than what I would to continue to see what they're going to do with Silent Hill. I think if we could get that re-experience in 2020, like we did with Resident Evil 2, and they did it well, we know that they can do it.
Well, that's
then,
what I mean.
Then I'm down for that. But
everyone would be on board.
But I'm
with
not
that.
sure I want.
Like I said, I don't want Konami. I don't want Konami to do Silent Hill. The problem is I don't have a choice.
Yeah,
they're the license holders.
Yeah,
I don't get to choose who does Silent Hill.
My vote is no more. My vote is let it stay a classic, let it stay great, and move on. We got enough of this shit already. If they're going to come up with Silent Hill, I loved what they were going to do, but even what they were going to do, I'm not even sure that works today because we've now had it. And, there was something different about that Silent Hill demo that it was exciting, new, fresh, scary, but that was years ago now, 3 years ago, feels like 3 years ago. We've seen a lot of horror come within that time that have done what they did, but not in that world. I feel like they would need to push it even further and do something like wow people like they did during that demo.
Well, they'd face the exact same problem as the next Resident Evil game is going to face. And in fact, I have that on my list right now. Resident Evil 8's first info has been leaking, and it's another first-person game. Is the rumor right now. Ethan from 7 is the protagonist. First person, zombies return. New enemy type, werewolves, woo baby. New stalker enemy type, woo baby. Chris Redfield shows up probably on HGH. They're facing the same problem as Resident Evil. Yeah. We've done this.
Yeah, we have.
Shit, we're even bringing back 7's protagonist.
Yeah.
So it's not that there's too much of it or whatever the fuck. There's more than enough room for more than one mainstream horror title that does first person. There's more than enough of that shit. And in fact, Resident Evil 7 probably took an awful lot from PT because PT was in development before Resident Evil 7 was.
It's possible.
And so
I just saw what they did with 7 was so unique because...
Well, it was VR, so it's going to feel unique in the first place.
But even with the puzzles,
early.
Finding things and then doing the puzzles in your face, it was like a beautiful mix.
The crazy thing about PT was how it tracked what you were doing in the environment and what it changed in the environment. So it wasn't like figuring stuff out and stuff happening, triggers in the environment were it was monitoring how you played and reacted to it, which nobody has done, and to the degree that they were doing, to the point where people were still finding new events within a demo years later. And people were so excited for this shit that they were before it was taken down, everyone saved it to their PlayStation and left it there
so they
can have it. And then people have been dissecting it. People were hacking it recently that they got outside of the house and they were exploring the fucking street outside the house and shit. This is big. The fact that you would have been getting Silent Hill done by Kojima is like a fucking wet dream.
I'm not gonna lie, it looked great. No, it looked great.
So I don't want Konami to do Silent Hill.
I just don't want any more of these games because I'm enjoying what little bit we have, and I feel like if we get more people jumping on this shit, that it's just gonna ruin it for me. But who knows? If they do it great, I won't complain. If we get something like they had before, and it gets me excited, especially if it's VR, I'm in. I'm going to spend the money. But I don't know, man.
Resident Evil 8 is going to be VR.
Oh, of course.
It's going to be first person.
I mean, yeah, this shit that they did.
This looks like it's a direct continuation of 7.
I loved 7 so much. 7 is my favorite horror game of all time now.
Yeah,
of all time, and of any game.
It's kind of hard to compete with a high fidelity VR horror game.
Of course,
because horror games outside of VR, you have to be really fucking good at creating that ambiance.
Yeah, the atmosphere.
The atmosphere that is super difficult.
Yeah.
Because we've been playing them for so many years.
We're desensitized.
It's like watching a horror movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The only thing that really changes is that when you put that VR on, you have nothing else outside of you.
You don't even know you're in a room anymore.
And it puts
you're
you there.
in the game.
So it changes.
Yeah.
It changes everything, and it makes it a little easier for them to build that
Yeah.
that atmosphere, and so it's going to change it in big ways. So there you go. There's a Silent Hill and Resident Evil news.
There you go.
At the same time.
There you go.
Yeah. I just my wet dream is Konami sells Silent Hill to literally anyone.
Just get
Anyone.
Yeah.
Just get it the fuck away from Konami.
Give it to Capcom.
All Konami's been doing is making pachinko machines for like the last decade.
Give
so
it to
just
Capcom.
Yes. Get anyone.
Give it to them.
I really don't care who it is.
Yeah.
Give it to anyone else. And that's all we've got for gaming news, Jeff. In World Health news, World Health Organization, hot off the presses, coronavirus officially a World Health epidemic.
Great. Wonderful.
If anyone didn't already know that, because they should have called that about a week ago, well, now you know.
There you go.
If you're in North America, don't worry about it.
You're fine.
Don't really, seriously. Please remember that the amount of people that are making money on making this a bigger deal than it needs to be for people outside of China
It's
is
insane.
immeasurable.
Oh, yeah.
Don't. Remember, we're millennials. We've been through bird flu, swine flu, flu,
We're going to survive.
flu cubed.
Yeah.
You know, the list of shit that people came out and said this is going to end the world.
You know what we got?
Just don't.
We got cold effects.
That's right. Pop them.
Pop them now.
Start popping now.
Ladies and gentlemen, want to give a shout out to our sponsor,
Hit it.
NordVPN. And come next week,
Yep.
we going to have a second sponsor up in this bitch.
Damn.
Oh, I've been working.
Damn.
And it's for a year.
Huh.
Yeah.
That means we have to do the podcast for at least one more year.
We're locked in for at least a year, boys. Unless that Patreon drops too low, then I'm going to have to let that sponsor know we had to cancel. NordVPN.
That's right.
Promo code OTT. Get yourself a virtual private network, which means you can stay anonymous.
That's right.
You can do whatever you want to do on the interwebs.
You want to go to China without getting the flu?
You can do it via NordVPN.
That's right.
Virtually. You want to watch Netflix in a different region because they got a show or a movie that you can't watch where you're from? NordVPN it.
That's right.
You want to watch, I don't know, a clip about the virus on Twitter, but it is not available in your region? NordVPN fix you up.
Means you're probably in China at this moment right now.
Yeah. Or you're in Canada, and it's a U.S. thing, and
Yeah,
for some
that
reason
too.
just don't want you to watch it.
That's right.
NordVPN. Up to 6 simultaneous connections. 6 at the same time. That's what simultaneous means, guys. That's technology. That means if you, your girlfriend, your hubby,
You know what
your
6
aunt,
is in
your uncle,
Mandarin?
your children, they all want to get on it. What is it?
6. I actually don't know.
And neither do I. But 6 simultaneous, high speed connections. 30-day money-back guarantee, which means you use it for 30 days, you don't like it, get your money back. No harm, no foul.
Yep.
But you are going to like it because it's fire. NordVPN, promo code OTT. If you're listening to this via audio, that's nordvpn.com/OTT. Pretty simple. 70% off, folks. That's less than a grande cinnamon dolce latte a month to stay safe
That's right.
while you at Starbucks.
Yes.
Literally,
Don't open your network to all the other weird, expensive coffee drinking hipsters.
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Somebody's looking for your banking info.
That's right. So that they can buy another pair of frameless or glassless glasses.
You know
Just
those
for the look.
naked selfies you've been taking on your phone? Hacked.
Yep.
Not with NordVPN. Not with NordVPN. As you're holding that grande cinnamon dolce latte, you could have thought to yourself, wow, this could have been a month subscription and some.
Yep.
But instead, I'm drinking a $6 grande cinnamon dolce latte, not including tip. And they're looking for a tip, which means if it's $6.25, they're looking for that even 7. That's 2 months of NordVPN, folks.
They
2.
still don't get your name right.
They fuck it up every
Ever.
time. Spell it Jeff with a G again. I dare you. I dare you, Starbucks. I do not want a smiley face in my grande cinnamon dolce latte.
They're coming at you with that JEOFF.
I don't want that. JEOFF.
They're coming at you with that JOUGH.
NordVPN. They support the podcast, which means when you're ready to get a VPN service, you're going to support them. You're going to use that promo code OTT. It's safe. It's beyond affordable. And on a 3-year term, that's all kinds of win. That's all I got.
Boom.
There's my plug.
What segment are we at now, Jeff?
Movies and TV. Patreon.com/LagTV. We're falling.
Do it!
We're falling. We need to be lifted.
We need to be lifted up.
I need a Josh Groban in my life.
You raise me up. I want to stand on mountains, Jeff.
So do I.
Lucasfilm has been rumored to have canceled or indefinitely postponed the Obi Wan Kenobi TV show.
I heard. So this is basically what's been going down. They indefinitely put it on hold.
Yes.
Which means they let go of everybody, the whole crew, except for like the main stars, but they're still on indefinite hold. But we're talking the whole production crew, hundreds of people.
Yeah.
have basically are now able to go out and get other work, do other things during that time. And I'm hearing it is because of script problems, and Kathleen Kennedy did not like the direction or where they were.
You know what that means? It would have been really fucking good.
Probably. So I believe that we will get Obi-Wan at some point.
Yeah.
But it ain't gonna happen anytime soon. It ain't gonna happen anytime soon. And the fact that everybody is indefinitely put on hold and they're all going to get new work, they're looking for stuff to do, that's not a good sign. It means they ain't going into production anytime soon.
Jeff, hate is a strong word. It really is.
It's a very strong
word. It's overused.
Yeah.
Hate is a strong word that's overused. But I can say definitively and without hesitation that I hate Kathleen Kennedy, and I've never met her in my life. I don't even know if I could pick her out if I looked at pictures. But yet, I want her to no longer be on the lips of anyone or anything that I am personally involved with ever again.
Yeah, like
I want her.
Obi-Wan is trans now. Fucking Jesus Christ. Kathleen Kennedy. Bruh. You know what?
Oh, I hate her.
I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to keep it real. Because I always keeps it real. I don't even want an Obi-Wan show. You know why? Because we were getting, 4 episodes? It was like a 4-episode thing.
Yeah.
We don't know if they're 30 minutes or an hour, but we'll say they're an hour.
Probably 22.
We're getting probably. We're getting at most probably 4 hours.
Yeah.
2 to 4 hours of Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
In a time period that we've already, I part of me is just grateful that this is on an indefinite hold. As much as I would love to get.
Wait until Kathleen Kennedy isn't there.
Yes.
Then do it.
Yes. I think Colin Trevorrow is going to come in. I think he's Trevorrow is going to come in. I think he's going to take over Kathleen Kennedy's spot. And it's just going to be better. I think right now, dude, you want to know you want to know, here's my hot take.
Put that on. Get on the tinfoil.
I think they are quite literally destroying every character we've ever loved in Star Wars.
That's accurate.
And they're doing it purposely.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're pulling an Activision.
I think they're pulling an Activision.
Okay.
I got my tinfoil hat on right now.
All right. Okay.
All right. I think that these motherfuckers literally want the new generation to be on some Baby Yoda type shit.
Yeah.
And they want to bring, you know how Star Wars is always for kids?
Yeah.
Shit like that. I think they're literally turning Star Wars into, quite literally,
for kids.
For kids.
Okay.
That's where I think we're going with Star Wars.
Okay.
I think the grown-up stuff, it's gone. I think our love, it's gone.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're just trying to symptomatically fuck all of us.
Systematically even.
Systematically fuck everything we love.
Yes.
And now that Baby Yoda's doing well, whatever they had going with the Obi-Wan shit, they're like, oh, we need more Baby Yoda-like stuff. Let's rewrite this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because this was just too much Star Wars. The good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This shit, we know it works now. We need something cute. We need to sell some toys.
We need a baby Obi-Wan.
We need baby something.
We need like a
We need baby something.
baby Jawa.
Dude, it's over. It's over. You know what I believe? I believe they had a good script.
Of course, dude, what did I just say?
Yes.
If Kathleen Kennedy says that she doesn't like it,
Yes.
put it into production immediately.
Yes. I think we had
Keep her in place. She's a great barometer. All you have to do is do everything in the opposite of what she thinks is good.
Yes.
If you do that,
yes,
you will instantly have Oscar-winning movies.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, Kathleen Kennedy looked at the success. And I'm not talking, listen, all the Star Wars movies out have been financial successes, okay? They've all made billions of dollars. Congratulations, Kathleen Kennedy.
I could have wrote something that would have made $1 billion in Star Wars.
All right, but you know what Kathleen Kennedy has yet to have? Other than...
An intelligent idea?
That. But other than The Force Awakens,
Sex?
which was still probably that too, she has never gotten the fans' approval across the board like she did with the fucking Baby Yoda show. And you know what? I think she's thinking to herself, I need another one of that to ride off into the sunset. I need another Mandalorian type show. And the one that they have been producing and working on with Obi, getting the actor back, getting him excited to get back in here, because just I think at like the last Star Wars convention or whatever when they announced this shit, they said they had the script. It was ready. They're going into production. Everything's fire. It's happening. It's great. We're on stage. Woo! You know, and we're giving you what you love, and everybody's hating Star Wars, but they love this. They're like, yes.
Yeah.
And then Mandalorian comes out and crushes it. Publicly.
Somehow?
Somehow. And it's not good.
No, somehow.
It's not even good Star Wars, but it's different. So in that way, it's good.
Yeah.
But it's a Baby Yoda show. You take Baby Yoda out of that show, bro, you don't have a show.
No.
And it's about the Mandalorian.
Well, you take Baby Yoda out of it, you have a show, you just don't have merchandise.
And you don't have anything to root for. Like you don't, it's just, there's nothing cute about it.
No.
There's nothing, it is what it is. I think Kathleen Kennedy woke up one morning and said, you know what? I actually think she was surprised the shit actually worked. Because she has good people working on the show.
Mm-hmm.
But then she goes, well, I just need to replicate that. And this script that we have right here,
not it.
That's not it. That's not what we have. We need more of whatever's working here, and I think that's what happened. That's my hot take.
Bro. Fuck a Kathleen Kennedy. Fuck a Kathleen Kennedy. But keep her in.
Baby Jar Jar.
Just do the opposite of everything she says.
Yeah.
And I'm dead serious. If you did the opposite of whatever she said, first of all, we wouldn't have had Rian Johnson doing the second movie. And the people that originally were going to do it went on to make Oscar-winning movies. I need that to sink into her fucking skull for the rest of her life.
Yes.
Because she'll be sitting at home going, oh, we still made $1 billion? Well, congratulations. You could have made even more money and won awards with your movie. But instead...
It made fans happy?
Instead, you fucked the whole thing.
So, yippee-ki-yay. This doesn't surprise me. We're going to see it come back. And it's not going to be what it was originally.
Just get her the fuck out. Just get her out.
Bro, you know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for like when Kathleen Kennedy is gone and the next trilogy starts. And it's great. And then people go, and then you start to hear all the actors that were part of the shit, people behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
They're all going to start saying subliminal shit like, hey, now that we can actually
Mark Hamill's already been doing that for about 4 years now.
He's been giving zero fucks. Same with fucking, what's-his-face, Finn.
Yeah.
John Boyega.
Yeah.
He gives zero fucks now. He's just been saying it
Slaughterhouse.
how it is. He gives zero fucks, bro.
Kill him.
I guarantee there's probably going to be a documentary on this shit. So, do you know how many like people that work in Disney right now, that work on Star Wars, that got to hold and bite their fucking lip?
Yeah.
And they want to just go out there and tell people why the shit
go
sucks?
Off on it, yeah. Oh, lots of people. Lots of people. In fact, I'm going to say the only person that doesn't is Kathleen Kennedy.
Yep.
Uncharted movie got delayed another 3 months into 2021.
I think that this is because Tom Holland, who's actually playing the main character, Ethan, what's his name? Or
No, I can't remember his name.
anyway,
I
the
don't
main
fucking know his
character
name.
in Uncharted
Yeah.
is being played by Tom Holland, who
Okay.
plays Spider-Man,
Right.
who's a great actor.
Yes.
I think it got delayed because I think Tom Holland is going to be in another Marvel movie. I think he's going to be in the Sony Venom.
Nathan Drake.
Nathan Drake, there it
Yeah.
is. I was thinking Ethan Hunt, but that's Mission Impossible.
Mm.
I think it's being delayed just a few months because I think he's doing another little side project as Spider-Man in a movie. We don't know which one it's going to be, but I think he's going to end up
Cameo, start like a
cameo. I think
Spider-Man cameo.
I think he's going to be in the next Venom movie, Venom Carnage.
Okay.
I think he's going to make a little appearance. I think that's what's going to happen. But only 3 months. It's whatever.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
there's not really anything to be upset about. Kevin Feige, right?
Yeah.
Kevin
Feige.
Feige met with Patrick Stewart in the hopes that he could get him to reprise his Professor X role.
Kevin Feige's a god.
Stewart was happy with how Logan wrapped up his time with the character, and so he declined. There you
Yeah.
have it.
So, for those who don't know, Kevin Feige is going to do what he did with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's going to do the same thing with the Fantastic Four, X-Men, all those types of... He's really working on X-Men.
Yeah.
And so he's rebooting everything. He went over to Patrick Stewart, and he said, hey, what do you think about reprising your role? Patrick Stewart said, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
That character, the way they send off everything,
You're not getting any better than that.
you're not getting any better.
No.
So he's just saying, nah, I'm going to walk away.
He doesn't need the money.
No.
Not even a little bit.
No. But you know what? We haven't had X-Men do well in a long time. I can guarantee you, Kevin Feige is going to make X-Men fucking fire, bro.
Give me Gambit.
Oh, you're gonna get, bro. You're gonna
Give me
get
fucking
Gambit.
Gambit.
You're gonna get Cyclops. You're gonna get Wolverine. You're
I
gonna get,
really don't care about it. All.
There you go.
Just give me Gambit.
Well, you're
I've
gonna-
seen so many of all of the others at this point.
bro.
I
You're
want
gonna,
Gambit.
You're gonna get Gambit, and you're gonna get Channing Tatum. Gambit.
You give me. I don't really. It doesn't have to be him.
Oh, I
Just
want
give
it to
me
be him.
just
I think
give me
I think he'd be a great
He'd
one,
do a good
dude.
job.
X-Men is going to be nuts, bro. X-Men, honestly, I can see X-Men being better and more exciting than the Avengers.
Well, they should be because you know what? The thing about X-Men is that aside from a couple of characters, there's less characters that are like super overpowered that the movies have to like tone the fuck down just to make the story work. Whereas with the Avengers, it was like you have literal gods.
Gods. Yeah.
Everyone's just a god.
Yeah.
And then there's like green fucking
Hulk.
Hawkeye is who I'm trying to think of.
Yeah. Here's an arrow. I'm a
I
god.
I ran out of arrows.
Yeah, I'm a
sorry.
god, actually. So that arrow, it's not working.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's a good shot.
Sorry,
though.
not
I mean,
sorry.
it was a good shot.
It
You
was-
hit where you were aiming.
Yeah, but I have this force field around me that is impenetrable.
But
by
I actually eat worlds,
mere mortals.
and so that arrow that ain't it.
Nah, bro.
It's not it. And you're gone.
Yeah.
So that's the nice thing about X-Men is that while that kind of shit does exist, like the Phoenix Force shit and all that kind of great, there is some nutso shit in X-Men. You can more easily navigate around it, I feel, than you can with something like the Avengers. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I was trying to say Green Arrow was coming into my mind. That's not the right universe at all.
It's Hawkeye.
That's the opposite. Taika Waititi talks to possibly direct a Star Wars film. How do you feel about that?
I feel fine. He's directed. I do believe he directed at least one Mandalorian. He actually played the robot as well. Bang, 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 ding, 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 ding. I'm pretty sure he played that robot. And in Mandalorian, the one that was shooting.
That
Yeah.
was it. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
He also played the awesome dude in Ragnarok as well, the fucking rock guy.
Oh, seriously,
whatever.
that's him too.
Yeah.
I had no fucking
Dude,
clue.
Taika Waititi is
He's on a
super-
bit of a fire streak right now, eh?
Bro, he creates fire movies.
Did you see the Hitler one yet? That recent one they did?
No.
Neither
I'll wait
have I.
till that comes
Apparently
on
it's really
Plex and
good.
I'll watch it. Yeah.
Apparently, it's really good.
Yeah. So Taika Waititi, hell yes. You say Taika Waititi,
I say yes.
I say yes. That I say yes to every day of the week. Let him write it.
Yep.
Let him direct it.
Yep.
And if you're doing a trilogy,
let him do all.
let
of
him
them.
do all of them, or at least let him write all of them, so that
Keep it
we have a
consistent.
fucking story.
Consistent, please.
Please,
Yes.
for the love of Christ.
Oh, he directed Ragnarok.
He did.
Oh, okay. Ragnarok was fire.
Dude, it was the best Thor
Is
movie
it-
we've had. Actually,
It might be
honestly,
the best movie.
It's
in the,
one of it might actually. It's definitely top 3 of the best.
It is top 3 for
solo Marvel films that
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah, for sure. I think of the solo ones,
It's
I think
well
it
written.
is the best.
It's witty. It's fun.
Yeah.
It was like what's his face that did Guardians that got in trouble for his jokes about children and
Oh, I know who you
fuck.
mean. I can't think of his name.
somebody
right now.
somebody's gonna say it in the chat. James.
Gunn.
Thank you.
I got there.
So Gunn's he's got a style like Gunn does,
Yeah.
and it's fun.
Yes.
You tell me James Gunn is going to direct a Star Wars movie, I'm in. You tell me Taika Waititi is going to direct, I'm in. There's a few directors out there that they announce it for Star Wars, and I immediately, as long as Disney, but here's the good thing. You have somebody like Taika Waititi that's going to do a Star Wars. He isn't going to do it unless Disney allows him to do his story.
Yeah.
Kind of like what fucking Ryan Johnson did.
He doesn't need Star Wars.
No, he doesn't. Not
so
at all.
If they're not going to let him do it, he'll
No,
just
he's not gonna, because he's not going to fuck. He's not. Dude, you fuck up a Star Wars movie,
Yeah, you're done.
bruh. People ain't going to let that down.
No.
People are not going to let that down. So they're not going to do that without having full reign. And that's the main reason why Kathleen Kennedy had fired so many fucking directors throughout her reign as head of Star Wars, because those directors were given pushback. And they're like, nah, bitch, that is not... Do you want you hired me for my style, motherfucker.
Do you want to direct this movie?
Do you want this, or do you want some cookie cutter bullshit? Because if you want the cookie cutter bullshit, give it to J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Because he will package it as beautiful looking cookie cutter bullshit. And he'll do that. And he's known for doing that. And nobody will blame him at the end of that because they know what you're getting. But if you want somebody like us, and you want to hire us because of our reputation and our fan loyalty and what we bring to the table and the uniqueness, then let us fucking do us. If not, fuck yourself. And that's why so many people have left. And that's why there's been so much shit going on. So no, Taika Waititi will do it, and he'll do a great job if he actually can fucking tell his story. If not, he won't do it. But yes, I'm down for that.
Yeah. Apparently, one of the new Transformers movies that are coming is going to be a live-action Beast Wars. Remember Beast Wars on TV back in the day?
I do.
It's a good show.
It was fun.
And I guess the other day when somebody asked me before I knew the news, would I want a live-action Beast Wars? I said, fuck no, please no. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know what? Maybe I do want that. I just need it to not be what we've been getting in Transformers.
Wasn't it a video game
point.
as well? Didn't Beast Wars come out with a video game?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But no, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But it was a really good show, and it would be different from the standard Transformers, as silly as it sounds, just because you've got animals versus
robots.
Well, they're still robots, but animals versus cars, right? And transportation, basically planes and all that shit. So like it's good. I think I'm for it. I just need to know who's going to do it.
I can't, dude.
Who is it that's been doing all of them up to this point again? Friggin'
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. Yeah. No more Michael Bay.
Dude, Michael Bay, just, you know what?
Get Michael Bay far away from Transformers.
Just stop the madness, dude.
Get him away from it.
You know what? Part of me wants Transformers because it's such a great property, but
I don't
want any more of what we got, dude. That shit is played out, bro. That shit is played the fuck out. You can't release a fucking Michael Bay Transformer movie in 2020. You just can't do that.
There
shit,
you go.
man.
Taika Waititi doing Beast Wars. Done. Okay.
I don't know about that.
No, that might be a stretch. JJ.
Yeah. He might. Yeah. I mean, get somebody that doesn't suck, please.
Speaking of sucks, Captain Marvel. The sequel is in the works and could have a new writer and director. The writer apparently is Megan McDonald or McDonald. McDonald.
McDonald.
Writer for WandaVision and looking for a female director as well, allegedly, which wouldn't surprise me because Captain Marvel is more about girl power than it is about making a good movie. Not that this might not end up being a good movie, but it's obvious that they are being...
Captain Marvel was very lackluster.
That's being kind.
Yeah.
That movie was bad.
Yeah.
Visually was not good.
Yeah, it was...
Acting was not good.
Made over $1 billion.
Of course it did.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Some people didn't know. But you know what? I actually think it only made $1 billion because it came out just before Endgame.
Oh, if Endgame came out first, I would have been dead.
So, like, I think that there was a lot of hype going into that shit. Simply because people thought that maybe it would be a tie-in, maybe get a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
A lot of people were fucking amped up for that. We'll actually see if it can make $1 billion by just being a movie in itself. And I'm not sure it will. I actually am not sure it will.
Especially
I can
because
see it
that
making
last movie was
700.
lackluster.
I can see it making $700-800 million.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it has the legs and the fandom to get to $1 billion. I really don't. And even in Endgame and even in Captain Marvel, I actually don't think Captain Marvel made a big enough impact fan base wise or had a too big of a scene or a moment within that to really get people on board. The Captain Marvel that we got, even in the solo movie, not only was the story kind of meh, but the character herself was very dull, was very closed off. You couldn't really root for her or get, behind this. There was no emotional attachment to the character like you got in all of the other
You know what the only
origin
good part
stuff
of that entire movie was? Her best friend with her daughter.
Yeah, the black chick.
That's the only part of the whole movie that was good.
Yeah.
Everything else
There was
about
heart
that
there.
movie
Yeah.
is shit.
Yeah.
She is, what's her name again? Fucking played Wonder Woman. Oh, not Wonder Woman, sorry.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson. Bad actor.
You know what? She's not. Here's
in this movie.
In this movie.
In this movie.
Her other movies,
fine.
She's great.
Yeah. This movie specifically, for whatever reason,
she's great.
she did not a good job.
I thought.
I don't know if it was the writing.
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah.
But it was bad. It was poorly delivered. She was abrasive.
Yeah.
And it made it difficult to like connect with the character. I just didn't give a shit about Captain Marvel through the entire movie.
Yeah.
Even when they were like the moments where you're supposed to connect with Captain Marvel, I didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it was the writing or what, but her acting for that movie was not good.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Maybe we'll see when she comes into her character a bit more. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure it hits $1 billion. I'm going to call out and say it doesn't.
I'm saying 7.
That's what I'm saying. Between $700 and $800 million bucks, which is still a success. But I guess like in 2022 or whatever, movies basically are successful Marvel movies now are is $1 billion or not. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not excited for it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm over superhero movies. I'm just going to keep that.
Well, that's the other part
I
of
had
this
my I had
equation
my end game,
is
and
here's the interesting thing about Captain Marvel is that, like you said, she was part of that end game hype, but she didn't really make any major impact that would make fans outside of her solo film. And now that Endgame is done, she gets to come out and try and make another movie after Endgame, and everyone's kind of like just breathed out on the superhero shit, and now you're going to bring back a character that was only this to begin with.
Well, Kevin Feige wanted her to be the face, sort of be the leader of the next Avengers, right? So,
yikes.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see if they. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure that's going to go down the way it is because it's all going to depend on how well received this next film is and how big it is and shit like that.
I can't wait to see how ham-fisted third wave
I'm
feminist
all for,
shit
I'm
is
all
going to
for
be in
X-Men
that
now.
movie.
I'm pumped for X-Men because
All in on X-Men.
I think X-Men isn't going to be as grand, isn't going to be as big. I think it's going to be simpler, more contained. We'll be able to get new characters and start a new journey. And I feel like with Endgame, I got the payoff. It was perfectly done, in my opinion. It was a great journey, and I'm willing to just let all that go. I don't want to redo that journey again. And I don't want to go through the same tropes with new characters and do the whole thing over again. I just don't. I'm over it. If they come out, which they are, it's inevitable, I'll go see them. But it's hard for me to get excited about it now.
Yeah.
I'm just...
They're gonna have to be even better than the last round.
Yeah.
To keep your excitement on there, because that was like a 10-year commitment.
Yeah.
And so you almost get
And
exhausted
it worked.
just thinking about it.
I mean, when do you get that type of payoff where it actually works?
Not often.
How many people out there legitimately were upset and are pissed off or feel unfulfilled after Endgame?
I don't know anyone personally.
I actually don't know anyone.
It's about as good as you could hope to try and wrap up that
It's
many
almost
threads.
perfect. It's literally almost perfect. Some little small things that happen in the movie that would be like, okay, maybe they could have done it this way. But ultimately, at the end, we got Infinity War, amazing.
Yeah.
Which I even liked more than Endgame. But even still, Endgame was a perfect bow. You don't hear this divisive talk amongst fans,
No.
Marvel fans, that Endgame did it wrong. It was a payoff. It's done. I'm content.
Which is why I'm so lukewarm on the Black Widow movie.
Oh, I'm the same way.
Like she was part of that experience. It's weird to me that anyone that was a part of that experience would even still be progressed as characters in solo films after Endgame, especially this close to the release of Endgame.
Yeah.
Like, and especially one that's been there since like midway the series
She's
or
dead.
whatever.
She's dead.
Well, I mean, like, but she's been Black Widow for a long time now.
Dude, what it is?
This isn't like Captain Marvel at the very end
this is
that
money.
showed up and now it makes sense. This is,
money.
well, I know what it is.
It's all money.
But it's just like,
it's all money. It's all money.
and I still think Black Widow, that
hey,
movie, I think it's going to be fucking a snooze fest
I do too.
from beginning
I'm not
to end.
interested in it, but you know what? It'll probably do well because
Yeah, it will.
it's
Scarlett
Marvel and Scarlett Johansson.
Yep.
So it is what it is.
I think it's going to be a snooze fest in 3/4. Disney allegedly has 19 live-action movies on the way. 19!
Disney, slow down.
19!
Slow down, Disney. I know you want all the billions, but just slow down.
Everything from Cinderella to Chip and Dale.
Chip and Dale.
Rescue Rangers!
Chip and Dale. Wow.
Like, seriously? Everything.
I don't want a live action Chip.
I mean,
and
we've
Dale.
talked about this in the past. We've joked about it. It's like, it's coming. Disney's going to redo every major thing they've ever done, but live action for a new generation of kids and adults who have done the cartoons in the past. Now they want to see live action remakes of it. This is the milk truck.
Oh.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah.
19.
Wait for live action Frozen, bro. It's coming.
Oh.
It's coming.
And that's going to make
$1 gagillion.
unholy amount of money.
Gagillion. Right? It's going to be a new term created for the gagillions that it will make.
Oh, my God.
That's what will happen.
That's all I got.
Ah, there it is. Tech support. Oh, wait. No, I saw movies.
Yeah, you saw some movies. What do you got?
Bad Boys.
Oh, how did that go?
Fire.
There you go.
Mr. Miyagi was down.
Yes.
We saw it. Good fucking time, bro.
Yeah?
I would highly recommend going to check that out in theaters
That
before
only
it
just
goes.
came out not
A couple weeks ago.
a couple weeks
2
ago?
weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Really been that long? Fuck, my last 2 weeks are like
It might have been.
Evaporated.
I think it was 2 weeks ago. It was when Miyagi was here.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
just came out. Shit was fire. It was a good time. It was Will Smith and Martin Lawrence doing Will Smith and Martin Lawrence,
which is what you wanted it to be.
but it was, dude, Martin Lawrence, real funny, funnier than Will Smith, but that's also the character. Little bit of a difference in acting quality. Martin Lawrence was struggling a little bit towards the beginning of the film with some of the more emotional scenes. There's some stuff that happens in this movie that you're like, whoa, they're going there. Okay. So there was some nice surprises. A decent story, although part of it was cliche. It never felt like, they still did it well. The main bad guy was really well done. Actor was great. Felt it. Good action, good comedy, but it wasn't a comedy film. It was action mixed in. It was like the chemistry was so good that it was like Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
But in 2020, it was those characters in 2020. It's done extremely well in the box office. They've already are writing the next one because it's been doing so well, and I'm not even mad about it. Michael Bay may or may not have his hands on this movie, even though he directed the first two. He did not do this one, but you can definitely feel Michael Bay
In there.
all over it.
Okay.
But in a good way.
Okay. All right.
It was like if somebody took Michael Bay
Yeah.
and put him on a leash
Okay.
and said, "Okay, Michael Bay,
How long is this leash?
it's long enough that you trust him, but you also are not going to let your eye not be on him."
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like, hey, you know what? Yeah, go ahead, play on the other side of the yard as long as I can see you. Do your thing. That's what this was.
Okay.
It was nice.
Okay.
What else did I see? I saw Kayla and I went out for my birthday.
Yes.
Not on my birthday, but on the Saturday, we went out and saw a movie. We went and saw finally the Knives Out.
What'd you think?
We liked it.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was
It's a good movie.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson actually.
It makes you wonder how the fuck he did 8.
Yeah, it was smart.
Yeah.
It was clever. Was well acted.
The only downside of that whole movie is Daniel Craig's accent.
I actually enjoyed it.
Like, I enjoyed it, but it's a bad accent.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was intentional.
It was intentional.
but
100%.
My God, is it a bad
I
accent?
enjoyed it a lot. I thought
Yeah.
Daniel Craig was one of the shining moments of the film.
He did a very, very good job, and it was interesting seeing him again. Like, I've only seen Daniel Craig as Bond now for the last few movies that I've seen him in specifically, even if he's done others.
Yeah.
And so it was fun to see him in a role that wasn't James Bond.
Yeah. So that was good, man. We really enjoyed it. Like you said, we saw some things coming.
Yes, yeah.
And then there were things that we didn't see.
The twists.
They
showed up.
And the twists actually worked.
Yes, they were good.
So it was good. And for those who don't know, it's basically a live-action Clue movie. It's a murder mystery.
It's as close to that as you can get. In fact, they call it out in the movie.
They actually say Clue.
This house looks an awful lot like the
Clue house.
Yeah.
That's literally the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Really over the top, some characters, and you're trying to figure out who could do what, and then you start seeing things, you start remembering what happened before, and you're like, oh, whoa, and then you think you have it, and then you don't, but you kind of do, and then it's a really good time. It's not a movie you need to rush out and see in the theater.
No.
It's definitely a movie you can watch at home, but
it's worth
you know
watching.
what? On the big screen, it wasn't bad either. It was a good time.
It's good.
I saw another movie, and I saw this the other day.
What's that?
Mercy. I don't know if it's called Just Mercy or but I think it's just called Mercy. Let me see here. I want to get it right. I want to get it right for you guys. Somebody in chat will probably say it before I even get there. So Mercy is it is starring Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx. And it is about Just Mercy. There you go. It's about a guy that gets put on death row for a murder that he didn't commit. Black dude. It's a racially driven film. It's very evident he didn't do this. And it follows his story, actually follows the lawyer, how he created this initiative to a Harvard graduate that moved into a small town to help out people on death row, white or black, but the majority of them were black because of the racism and the all that stuff. And it's a powerful movie. It was a great movie, dude. This movie, I think it's 99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Damn,
shit is. I mean, I've got a soft spot because I'm black.
Yeah.
I love these type of I like these type of movies that I can relate to, but not at that level. But you know, I don't know. It's a good fucking movie, bro. It's a powerful, good film that has some of the cliche tropes of a, you know, oh no, it's not going our way, and oh, it doesn't feel like we're gonna get there, and then, you know, good and bad things happen, but holy shit, there are multiple scenes in this film that are subtle, that just break your spirit, and bro, I cried. I actually don't think I've cried so much in there was one scene that I weeped. I couldn't believe. I don't know what's happening to me, bro.
You had a child, Jeff.
But you know what? Even before my son was born,
that changes everything,
bro. I weeped. I have not wept like this in a movie, I don't think ever. And I've seen some shit, bro.
Yeah.
I've seen some shit. I've cried dozens of times in films. But there is one specific moment, and usually these moments happen at the end of the movie, and although at the end of the movie was also very sad and uplifting and all this stuff, tear up, might even shed a few, but halfway deep into this movie, there's a scene that happens, bro. I just lost it, bro. People in the theater, and I went at like 1 o'clock show.
Yeah.
So I get in there, and it's actually pretty packed. And this movie's been out for a while.
Okay.
About half of the theater was packed. It was all like older folks, older white couples and stuff. They're all like, you know, getting out of the senior citizens' homes and getting out on the afternoon because they can't go because it's late. And they were out, bro. Everybody's crying. Sniffles, dude. I was crying so hard that like my nose was running. I didn't even care. I wasn't even trying to mask the fact I was emotionally moved.
You just
this
gave
shit was like, dude, I wasn't even fighting it. I was like, bro, I could have been watching the movie with you. I wouldn't have given a fuck.
Just buckets.
I'd been like, bro, I would have looked at you and said, I can't help this. It just took. And I love movies that do that to me. I love movies that emotionally move me like that. And I remember the movie's like 2 hours, 20 minutes. I remember I was getting towards the end of the film, and I didn't want it to end. I was just enjoying the acting and the story, and then after the movie, I looked the guy up, and I watched the documentary on the guy who did this.
It was based on it?
Yeah, it was based on. It's just an amazing story. Guys, go out and see this movie. You don't have to run to the theater and watch it. Once again, it's not like a theatrical film, but it's definitely a movie you should watch. It's incredible. By far, I enjoyed that just as much as I did really any film that I've seen in the last year. It's up there for me. It's up there. The last movie that moved me like this, not emotionally, but one that I was like really, really into, was Whiplash. I don't know if you ever saw Whiplash, the drumming movie with Miles Teller.
Never even heard of it,
dude. With what's his face, big bulky, big jack dude that plays in Spider-Man, plays the news anchor guy. Fuck. Anyway, dude, well, go watch Whiplash, bro. You'd fucking love that movie.
Yeah, I never
watch
even
Whiplash,
never
bro.
Even heard it.
Bro, amazing film. Go watch Whiplash. I think it's on that level of filmmaking. It was great. Just Mercy, make you cry.
Oscar?
Probably not.
It's black.
Yeah. Probably not. J.K. Simmons, thank you. He's in Whiplash. Whiplash, incredible, bro. Whiplash, dude. It's a better movie than Just Mercy. Whiplash is definitely top 20 movies I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
And it's about a university student.
How have I not heard about this? This is fucking wild to
dude,
me. It's not like I burned my head.
Dude, and it's drumming and shit. Like
drumline.
Drumline.
Yeah.
Or not drumline. It's like orchestral type shit.
Oh, okay.
Dude, go. I'm telling you, watch it and talk about it next week.
Where I'm going to see it.
I'm sure it's on some sort of streaming platform.
I haven't seen it.
Shit's incredible, bro. You'll love it. I'm telling you right now, you'll love it. But anyway, Just Mercy. Really fucking dope movie. Go see it. That's where I'm at.
The only other movie-related thing I can say is that I rewatched The Dark Knight for the first time in a couple of years the other night. And after having seen Joker and then seeing that, I wanted to watch it again, be able to more directly compare and contrast how those two Jokers were done, whatever. Obviously, they're different Jokers. They're not wildly different Jokers, but they're different. I like both of them. I like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker more, but damn it if Heath Ledger didn't do a fucking incredible job. But what was more apparent to me was less about making that comparison. I tweeted about this too, is the older that movie gets and the more times I go back to watch it, I think I've watched that movie like 4 times now, is Heath Ledger carried that movie so fucking hard that it's not even funny. It's to the point where I consider that a Joker movie that just so happens to have Batman in it.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
And the more I watch it, the less I like Christian Bale as Batman.
Yeah, I'm not a big Christian Bale fan for Batman.
His voice fucking kills me. It's bad. It's really bad. He already has a lisp, and when he does the Batman tone, it comes out even more. It's like his tongue is constantly
You can actually
hanging out of
see
his
his
mouth.
tongue.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like the writing for Batman as the character in the film at all. He comes across as an abrasive playboy fuckhead that's just constantly peacocking around his would-be girlfriend because she's with Harvey Dent now. And it's like, here's the prima ballerina for the Russian ballet, and then here's fucking 3 smoke shows coming off my helicopter. Look at my dick I'm tripping over my dick as I walk through the front door. And let me sit down for dinner. I own this restaurant. Let me pull up a table, so we can have this chat, and then I can grill Harvey Dent right in front of you, so you make him look like a little bitch. And that's like
it was very Tony Stark-like. It was very like a darker Tony Stark.
But it was like a darker Tony Stark, but he never did that with Pepper because he never had to. Tony Stark is arrogant, but he's funny arrogant. Christian Bale, Batman,
he's
arrogant.
just a douche.
It's just a douchebag.
Oh yeah, he's a douche.
And so the whole movie I'm watching, I'm like, I don't want to see you on the screen.
That's why I like Ben Affleck, man. I loved Ben Affleck's Batman. I just thought Ben Affleck was better than Christian Bale. He's one of my more favorite. I love the beefier, older, seen some shit, run down, zero fucks. But I'm with you. In fact, Christian Bale's, even in the Dark Knight Rises, I think Bane was the one.
Bane stars
that carried that film,
which is so weird because Christian Bale is such a good actor.
Yeah,
and I guess it just shows that you can have a good actor. It just doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to make you be good for a character.
And I mean, it could have been Christopher Nolan's direction of it, because I really felt like both of those films that they were more centered around the villain. And a lot of the reason why that movie worked, those two movies worked, even, and Dark Knight more so than The Dark Knight Rises, but I even like The Dark Knight Rises. Especially, I wasn't a huge fan of it when I first saw it, but I've seen it more as the years gone by. I actually really liked Bane. And so I think Christopher Nolan made it almost made the villain the star of the film, and Batman, I don't want to say an afterthought, but Batman almost...
He was playing backseat for sure.
Yeah, that's the way you felt the power of the villains more than you did the hero.
Yeah.
And it was cool because it made Batman feel very vulnerable, and he got his ass whooped a lot. And the payoff was good when Batman eventually, comes out on top. But I agree. I have to say, Joaquin Phoenix, his acting was better than Heath Ledger in terms of like a true actor's actor, but I have to give it to Heath Ledger still for the Joker that he played. And we're gonna see Joaquin Phoenix again. We're gonna see him again.
And what I was about to say is, I bet you the next movie for Joaquin Phoenix
is going to be more like
similar, because he's building up to that. right?
That'll be the
Yeah.
test, because as of right now, I got to go with Heath Ledger Joker simply because
Well, we got an entire movie of Joker
Yeah.
with Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
We only got about 45 seconds of Joker. At
We're
the
going
end
to
of
see what
Joaquin.
Hakeem does
Yeah.
on the next film,
Yeah.
and then I'll be able to say which real Joker I liked,
Yeah,
because this wasn't a Joker movie.
And Joaquin Phoenix says that Heath Ledger is his favorite actor basically of all time.
Yeah.
And that he based a lot of his Joker on Heath Ledger's. And so I think you're going to see a very similar. But the thing that excites me is that as good of an actor as Heath Ledger was, Joaquin Phoenix is
he's
fucking actor, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And he was made for that role.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm excited for whatever the
I'm
fuck
pumped.
comes up next.
I'm pumped. I'm so happy that movie made $1 billion. I'm
so
so happy. You know, and if they don't make another one, I won't even care.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. But if they say it's going to happen, 100%.
Directed by Taika Waititi.
Keep the same everything, bro.
Keep everything the same.
Keep everything the same. Just
make
ramp it
another
up.
movie.
Ramp it up a little bit.
Yep.
Give me some more action, and let me see the Joker be the Joker. I'm
Yep.
in.
Yes.
I'm in.
100%.
Tech support.
Time for the tech support, ladies and gentlemen. Where for $10 a month, head on over patreon.com/lagtv, LAGTV, $10 a month or more.
That's it.
And you can put your questions in on a post that I put up every single week,
Mm-hmm.
and we answer these questions.
Yes, sir.
And they just, the fun never stops. Like Aaron Carter, who has another question for us this week, Jeff. Aaron Carter, big supporter of the podcast.
Huge supporter.
Shout outs to Aaron Carter. It's a shame that you're gone kind of batshit crazy and you're having some legal problems, but that's okay. Aaron Carter. The Technical Alpha theme song is absolutely fire. It is. That was probably the biggest goldmine hit I've ever had in my life. Finding that and then buying the rights to that for global rights for $500 was one of the greatest things that I've ever. That was.
And when I first heard it too, when you're like, "Yeah, this is going to be it," I didn't even.
It's just,
that's it.
There was
it
no
literally
question.
embodied
Everything.
what we were going for.
It's perfect. I'm going to fucking etch that shit on my tombstone. The Technical Alpha theme song is absolute fire. I love it, and at the beginning of the podcast, and it's the reason I listen until the very end of the podcast. Adam, I assume you do the editing for the longest time. When the podcast ends, you bring in the theme song radio style, where you start playing it softly in the background, and once you say peace, the beat drops. But in the last few episodes, the theme song just cuts in abruptly. Can you bring that back? So the reason why that's the case is because, and I might be able to do that.
You just have to mix the file differently.
There is a way.
Like
I'll have
for
to
a
mix
fade
the
in.
file with a fade in because it's on. We're doing everything through this Rode Procaster, which I love because it gives us a lot of options. Does a great job. I hate the preamps on this thing. Makes these mics sound like dog shit. I hate the audio processing. Our old podcasts sound literally 2 to 3 times better than these, but this makes it so much easier for us to do everything about this podcast that I'm willing to put up with that.
Yeah, ain't nobody hearing the difference, Adam.
And
you
so,
are.
just me.
Yeah, it's just you.
I'm selfish. I'm an asshole.
That's okay.
It's all about me.
Yeah, it's all right.
But can it happen? Yes. It just so happens that when I had mixed the buttons for this, you'll notice in the intro it fades, but not so much
The outro.
in the outro. So that's why that was, because I used to manually edit all the podcasts by hand, which I had to anyway, especially when we first started, because we had all 3 separate audio files. And thank fuck I'm
Nightmare.
not doing that anymore.
Nightmare.
That was like 3 hours of editing at night trying to get that shit to work. But yeah, that's why. So at some point, I'll try and probably do some remixing of stuff that's on the board.
We've got this podcast down to a science.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
got its own room set up. Adam comes over. I host it.
Yeah.
We sit down. He hits record. And then at the end, he hits stop. He uploads it. Or he renders it.
Yep.
And then I upload it to Dropbox. And then he uploads it to YouTube and
I have to
RSS
be very
things.
minimal. All I have to do is I have to add in like the info, like the MP3 tags on it. Put a picture on it so that when people are playing their podcast player, Technical Alpha's logo pops up. And then I run it through a loudness matcher to hit the podcast standard loudness. And that's all the editing
That's
that I'm
it.
doing. So it took like 3 hours to 4 hours of production down to about an hour.
It's about as fast as you can get it. Yeah.
It's about as fast as we can get it.
Yep.
Let's see here. This is a hell of a name. Incontinent Ultralisk
That's a new one.
And topical question as well for the name. 2 weeks ago, we learned of Jeff's, not Jeff's with a G, literal shitty problems. Flip the script. When was the last time you had to shit so bad, but it was unable to find a location to release said shit? I have one from childhood where we were out with Diz's dad. This is before you were on the street. And we were out with Diz's dad and a couple of the kids, and he was like, I'm going to take you on a trip. We're going to go out in the woods. We're going to see you're a real man. We're going to see what you guys do. So we're going on a little hike. Everyone was like, yeah! I'm like, okay. You have to know Diz's dad. That was a stupid thing for us to do. But anyway, we get out in the woods, and we were out there for like 6 hours. And we didn't get home until it was almost dark. And my mom was
pissed,
salty.
Oh, yeah.
But when we were out in the woods for like 6 hours, and about 3 hours in, I get hit with the type of I need to shit where it's prairie dogging.
Oof.
And there's no real like holding it in. You're in permanent prairie dog.
Yeah. Your asshole is...
For like 3 hours, and we're hiking through the woods. It's not like we're on a trail where we're just casually walking.
Shit in the
we
woods.
are...
Just shit in the woods.
And I'm like 8 years old, and I did not want to shit in the woods. And so I got home, and man, I didn't take my shoes off. My shoes were fucked, too, because we went through like swamp and everything. My mom was fucking salty. I went downstairs into the basement. I like snuck into the house, hoping my mom wasn't going to notice. Obviously, she did. Got into the bathroom, and I swear to God, I shit 3 children, and I could have given them names and sent them off to school and paid for their college education. I've never felt such relief in all my life, and I've had some crazy shits in life. That is bar none the greatest relief I've ever had. Taking a shit. It was almost like a high. Like you hold a shit long enough, you almost start hallucinating. Yeah, because you get shit so bad.
The shit sweats and everything. Oh yeah, ready to go.
Fuck, it was bad.
Last time was probably a couple years ago when Kayla and I went to Dominican, and I had ended up getting a bug or I ate bad food. This was like the night before we were leaving, so this happened towards the end of the trip. I actually, that was the first time I threw up as well since I was 20 years old. So, I mean, it was like a 10-year, 11-year period, 11 years since I had thrown up.
I hate throwing
That's
up
how
so
sick
much.
I was. Like, I always used to be able to fight it. But anyway, I needed to, it just hit me. I was in the pool, and the stomach just started growling, and it was...
And water makes it worse because it's moving everything. And
bro,
shit,
it went from like me feeling normal, having pina coladas and chilling, to like, and then instantly it's almost like all the contents within my stomach just dropped a foot right immediately to my asshole.
It's like the physical manifestation of the Inception horn.
Yes. That's what it was. And it just dropped. And at that point, it said, I'm shitting now. And I was like, no, you're not yet. And so I jumped out of the pool, and I walked around, and we were at a pool bar, and there was no bathrooms for a while. And so I'm walking around, but I'm kind of hobbling and fast walking, trying to ask people where the closest bathroom is. They end up pointing a bathroom over there. I go over there, but it was one of the small little tiny bathrooms beside a little shower, and somebody was in the stall. And so when you start shitting, a lot of times you start pissing as well.
Yeah, at the same time, especially if you go really bad. Normally, you're not supposed to. Like anatomically, you're supposed to.
So here's the problem.
One before the other.
I'm tensing up just thinking about it. The problem was it was coming, and so I knew I was going to shit myself or I was going to piss myself. So what I did is I ran to the urinal and I started peeing. But as I'm peeing,
oh no! So we were like, squirt, hold, squirt,
I was
hold,
squeezing.
Squirt,
I was squeezing my asshole as tight as I humanly could. Like, I swear to God, like the tightness of my ass cheeks were pretty much on top of each other. And I'm pissing, but since I'm pissing now, it's sending body cues. It's sending body cues to shit.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, and I'm peeing and I'm squeezing and my legs are shaking and I can hear the guy like using the toilet paper And I'm like, okay, he's almost done. He's almost done. He's almost done. And I'm peeing. He gets up. The moment he gets out of it, I pull up my shorts and I'm hobbling over there. And bro, I go to sit down and shit is coming out as my ass cheeks haven't even hit the toilet yet. And the shit has already started to fire out. And I managed to make it just in the nick of time.
Damn.
So I shit a storm, right? And I had some food, and it was basically the same food, just in shit form.
Oh, that's when you know you're sick, when it's not even like digested.
It wasn't even digested, bro.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
chunks of whatever I ate, right? There was
Just
rice
flying
and
out of
everything.
there.
It was just coming out, right? And then later on that night,
You shit a 3-course
dude,
meal.
I shit so much that day, bro. I'd basically go to the bathroom and I would shit, and it was like nothing would come out of my ass. It was like dry heaving your asshole. And it was terrible, and it burned. It was not good.
That happens. You drive heave your asshole, and it feels terrible.
And it got to the point where I would take toilet paper, and I would just I'd pat my asshole. Like I couldn't wipe it anymore. It was like I had to.
It's so sore.
Yeah, I just had to pat it, and then I'd look at it to see if there was shit on there, and I'd be like, yeah, okay, there's still a little bit. So I pat a bit more and put that in the toilet, grab some more, and just ha.
You know
Yeah,
what the
okay,
secret
we're
to that is? You
yeah.
gotta get if you're near a sink, you gotta wet it down in the sink.
See, I didn't do that.
And you
It's
do-
dry.
that's-
And those resorts are using shitty ass
Oh, it's
toilet
like
paper,
one ply.
like sandpaper. You know what I mean? Sandpaper grade
They
toilet
just
paper.
go out. They just go out with like a fucking blade, and they're just peeling bark off a tree, and they
pretty
roll
much
it
it.
up, and that's it.
That's pretty much it. And then later on that night, I'm throwing up, I'm shitting. Like I was puking and shitting.
At
You
the
know what I
same
mean?
time?
Yeah, it was bad, bro. It was just
Fuck.
bad. It was a bad,
Did you not
bad.
get shots before you went down?
I did. I got my shots. Everything was fine. I just think I know when it happened. They had this big open grill, and they were cooking sausages and burgers
I
and
wonder
stuff.
if it was just normal food poisoning.
It was. I think that's what it was.
Wasn't
Just-
like, it wasn't like
It wasn't like weird
the
Dominican
water or
bug. No,
whatever,
it wasn't like anything.
It was just
food
food
poisoning.
poisoning.
And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember getting a sausage.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "You want a sausage?" I'm like, "Yeah." So he cooks up the sausage, and I bit into it, and I looked at the inside of it because
Mm.
you know when you're in a foreign place or even when
You're
I go
always,
to
like,
like
hyper- you're, like,
I
hyper
just
aware
like
of
make
everything.
is it cooked? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
And it had that look like.
Not quite.
It's not quite there, but then I was thinking to myself, like I was hungry. I was thinking to myself, okay, well, it might be just the type of meat and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm 99% sure because it was about a day and a half later. And I was like, I think it was the sausage that I ate the whole fucking sausage. And Kayla didn't have the sausage, so she wasn't sick. And we were eating basically the same
Everything.
thing all the time. And I almost can guarantee it was the fucking sausage that did me in, bro. And it was bad, bro.
I've
it was
been
bad.
I've been there with the dry heaving asshole.
Yeah.
And it hurts.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Because like everything is just seasoned up. It's like dry heaving, but
Yes,
for your asshole.
it's your asshole dry heaves.
And honestly, it might be worse than the regular dry heat.
It's not. It's not fun, bro.
It's
There's
not good.
nothing. There's nothing fun about it. Although I will tell you, I would much rather drive heave my asshole than go through what I went through recently with not being able to shit.
Yes.
Because I'm going to tell you, the discomfort is way worse.
Yes. Dude, funny you should say that. I took my first fucking laxative pill in about a decade last week. Because I went from I had something that my body didn't like, shit myself dry, empty, to no shit for 4.5, 5 days.
Oh, yeah.
Went from one extreme, which happens.
You start
'cause
getting
you
heavy.
had no moisture down there, and you had nothing going on. And like I was taking probiotics and everything. I was trying to get everything back on track. Or prebiotics, probiotics. And it just wasn't happening. And I felt like I had 7 bricks hanging out. And I said, I have to fucking do something about this. I took Senecot, which is potent.
Oh yeah.
And it just barely got the job done.
Damn.
Like I was packed the fuck up.
Bro, I knew I was in trouble when I hit day 6. All right. So I hit day 6.
That 6 is bad,
Dude,
bro.
but here's the nail in the coffin because I didn't shit until day 7. Oh. But here's day 6. All right, listen to this, bro. Day 6 comes along. My mom was spending the night. She wants to spend some time with her grandson.
Of course.
All right. So I'm already very uncomfortable, right? So Kayla has gone now to the store, and it was snowing and shit, and she ended up getting stuck and stuff. But she was going to get laxative and all this other stuff. My mom decided she was going to go and grab us lunch, dinner, because Kayla didn't want to cook. My mom comes home, and I didn't know that they were ordering food. I just assumed Kayla was cooking. But here's the other thing. I didn't want to eat because I was so full and uncomfortable.
Of
But I
course.
was hungry at the same time. It was
Yeah.
a really weird thing.
It's terrible.
So I didn't eat anything all day, and my mom was like, "What do you want for lunch?" I'm like, "Mom, I don't want fucking lunch." Like I was getting like,
yeah,
I was
you
like,
get
"I just want to
angry.
shit." I'm
Yeah.
like, "I'm uncomfortable. I don't think you understand."
Yeah.
So I'm downstairs. I'm streaming all day. My mom comes down, bro. We're talking. We're day 6 at night, dinner time. She comes downstairs, and she doesn't know any different. She doesn't realize the pain I'm in. She walks in the room. She says, "I got your dinner." She puts it on the desk next to me.
Oh no, what is it?
A foot long from Subway.
Oh,
Steak and bacon with cookies.
Oh no,
Bro, we all know how heavy and how
That's-
much food.
That's dense, bro.
And I hadn't eaten yet today. So I said, okay, Jeff, you're just going to take a couple bites, get something in you.
Oh no, you
I
made a
ate
mistake. Eat the
The
whole
whole
thing. Oh,
foot long sub.
that ain't it.
And I picked through those cookies.
It's a bad choice, bro.
Bro, at the end of that shit, well, if I had died, I mean, I deserved it. I did it to myself. And I knew in my heart of hearts that eating this foot long from Subway, eating this brick was a bad
It's a bad choice when you're not.
it was a bad choice when you're not constipated for
yeah,
6 days.
Yeah.
When you're constipated for 6 days, you got to have the willpower to say no.
You gotta say no.
Have some soup.
Yeah.
Drink some water.
Lots
Wait
of
for the
water.
laxative to hit.
Yeah.
Don't have a foot long from Subway.
No, don't do it.
And I ate it, bro. And that's why day 7 came, and I looked at that toilet and I said,
This
it's
is it.
either I'm going to die now, or my asshole is going to be torn in 60 different places, or I'm going to the hospital. There's this it. That was it, bro.
You know what? Danny Boy said when he heard that story on the podcast. You know what he said? He said, "Look, you just should."
What, he heard? Did he hear it?
Oh yeah. He said, you know what? You know what? He's like, you just inexperienced. He's like, inexperienced. You know what you do? You nobody wants to do it. You get old enough, and this stuff starts happening more frequently. He said, "Buckle the fuck up, boys, because it's coming more in your old age." But he said, "Suppositories."
Oh.
He said it's not about that laxative stuff. You take a suppository. He said, you want to shit and you want to shit now, you get a suppository. And he
Damn.
said you will be pooping like an angel, and you're not gonna have a choice. You're
No,
gonna be pooping like
it's
an
going
angel,
to happen.
whether you want it or not.
Mm.
Very quickly. He said that's the secret. Don't fuck with the laxatives and everything. He just said you really need to. If you're in your situation,
Yeah. Oh, I was in a bad
Straight to
spot.
it.
I was in a bad spot.
yeah,
And like I said, I'd rather have my asshole dry heaving
yeah,
than being backed up the way I was.
yeah, it's bad.
I'm
Oh,
gonna,
it's
dude.
terrible.
It was so bad that I'm gonna know this is gonna be the benchmark for the rest of my life. Like I'll be 50 years old and I'll remember the time I was 32 and I didn't shit for a week.
Yeah.
Like this is like that was an event. That was a life event.
It's an event now.
That was a life event.
Yes.
I'm gonna pass down to my son. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna say like, Daddy, once upon a time couldn't shit for a week. You know what I mean? Like that's how
Yes.
bad it was. So there it is.
Alexa asked, do you have any problems going to public toilets, or you just have hold it until
Nope.
you get home?
I don't anymore.
I don't give a shit.
I don't anymore.
Literally.
In fact, I took a shit at the theater when I went and saw Just Mercy. I needed to
Yep.
shit. I said, fuck
I
it.
wiped the shit out of that
I
toilet
wiped
seat.
the fuck out of that toilet seat. But you
and
know what?
Sometimes I'll even shit if I'm feeling confident in my legs. I will squat over
shit,
it,
bro.
and not sit on the toilet.
True story. High school, I would never shit at school.
That one's rough.
Bro, I honestly
Even for me in high school,
dude,
that
I
was-
would go home. I would call
Yeah.
in. I would go, literally, I would skip class and go shit at home if I needed to. That's how.
Yeah.
So I had it like that. Then when I got into university, I was okay at shitting at strangers' houses or people's houses that I didn't really know that well. Like I could shit at your house, no problem.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yeah, bro, I just blow your toilet up. Don't go in there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm like acquaintances.
somebody, yeah, you
like
can't-
acquaintances,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
have a hard time doing it. But it got to the point where I was able to then shit there. Then, as I got about 25 years old, I was now able to shit in public places, but I would have to sit on the toilet paper. So I would take the toilet paper, put it around the toilet seat, wipe it down, put it around, and then sit on top of the toilet paper. Then I would say by the time I got to age 27, 28, 0 fucks given. I wipe down the toilet seat and I'll sit and take a shit. The older you get, the less fuckso-meter I found I gave. I was just like, you know what? I need a shit, bro.
I'm not holding it
I'm
anymore.
not holding the shit. Like,
I'm letting it out.
dude, I think of taking a shit the same way as I'm taking a piss. Hey, if I need a piss, I'm gonna go piss. I don't care where I'm at.
Yeah.
If I need a shit, I'm gonna go shit. I don't care. I can't afford to hold it in. I know what it's like to hold in shit now.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it anymore. I'm too old for this.
As soon as you can shit, you immediately take the opportunity.
I am like, I still will scan out the different toilets. So say if I'm at the mall or a theater or something,
Oh, you gotta open
I
the
will
door.
open it. Does this one look clean? No. Okay, I'll look at this one. Okay, that one's doable. Little sprinkles of pee on there.
I'm not
All right,
gonna lie to you,
I'm
bro.
gonna wipe all this shit down.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I have used the handicap toilet
Oh,
a lot.
I've definitely used
a
that, bro.
lot. I've been that asshole.
Oh,
I
yeah.
use it. I clean it up nice afterwards,
Hell yeah.
but I use that
It's the
fucking
least
salt.
used.
It's the least used.
That's the best kept secret,
That's right.
people.
It's the least used.
That's it. And you know what? I got a crutch right now. They can't say shit.
Now, I'll be real. When you're 6'6" and you're in a normal stall,
It's not
there's not a lot of room
it's not a good
to
time.
breathe.
not a
And
good
so
time.
I got in the habit of going into that stall, and you can. And the nice thing about that is you got room. Get ready. You take your hoodie off. You're hanging it up.
Yeah.
So you got your nice. You're
You
in the,
take
you're
your
usually,
time.
You're usually in the deep
You
corner.
take your time.
You don't have to have Bob and
Yeah.
Joe on either side of
No.
you jerking off, reading the newspaper.
You got your own little room.
You get your own little room.
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
And I'll make damn sure that nobody's coming. I've never once, thankfully, gotten in a situation where somebody actually needed that.
That would have
stall.
been a bad. That would
Thankfully.
probably scar me for life. Probably
It would-
wouldn't be able
it
to do
would-
it again.
yeah.
Can you imagine just walking out after taking a dump and the place fucking stinks real bad,
Yeah,
and
it's
there's a
bad.
dude or a gal in a
Waiting.
wheelchair, handicapped, and they're just giving you the fucking stink eye?
Thankfully, that never happened.
That would just be an awful thing. And you know what? I'm going to take it even a step further, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Everybody, for all the dudes out there, and I can't say for women, and you know what? Women bathrooms are worse than men bathrooms, as crazy as that sounds. But here's it. Everybody out there has gone to a public bathroom, and you've been in the stall, and you hear a dude just fucking lighting the place up. Zero fucks, like, huh,
You gotta respect when people don't even like try and hide it. Not
Bro.
a courtesy flush or anything. Just
bro,
full blown.
bro, I'm that guy now.
Oh, let's go.
I don't give,
Let's go.
Oh,
Just fucking go.
bro.
Just
I'm in there,
you're in there for a purpose.
bro. If I get a fart and I'm
just doing it.
dude, I'm not like slowly. I'm enjoying my shit. I am unleashing it like I would at home. Zero fucks given. They're gonna hear the splash. They're gonna hear my asshole clap. They're gonna hear it all, bro. And if you know what, at the end of it, if I go, if I even pull out one of those, I will. I'll listen. If I get a moan and grunt to get it out,
I'm doing
I'm
it.
doing it publicly. I don't give a fuck. I say by the time I hit age 30, I started giving zero fucks. I go in there and I shit.
Going out of the
It's
way.
it's almost a game. And I know that the person
Make
beside
them
me,
uncomfortable.
the person beside me is
Yeah.
trying to be all quiet and courteous.
Yeah.
And I'm going, huh? And I'm letting him know who's the alpha up in this bathroom.
You're staking your claim. Fuck. I'm not there yet.
I'm there. I don't give a
I'm
fuck.
I'm not there yet.
I don't give a
I'm
fuck.
sure I will be eventually. This comes in from Ryan. Says, first off, this is going to be a complete tonal shift. First off, been a big fan for years. Just recently discovered the podcast. Been listening to them all. They're great. My question is, when was the moment you guys thought you had quote unquote made it with a popular YouTube or Twitch channel? YouTube, it was when Cheese Fails.
Yeah.
And then it was the thing that made me realize that we had made it with, or maybe think that we had made it within the community, is when Tasteless and Artosis knew who we were, because it was always difficult for us to break into like the standard StarCraft crowd. We were always kind of like on our own fucking island in the middle of nowhere. And then StarCraft was on like the mainland, and we were just like hanging out over here. So the moment that that happened, and the moment when people started making references when they were casting pro games and they'd be using Live TV sayings and shit, that was it for me, which was all obviously post episode
Yeah.
8.
I would say the moment I thought we made it was when Total Biscuit plugged us.
Plug the video, yeah.
Which was I do believe episode
5.
No, was it 4? What was the Queen one?
6.
6. He plugged us on 6. I think that was the one he
6
plugged.
or 7. It's 6 or 7.
Yeah,
The Queen is 6 or 7.
yeah. I think he plugged the Queen one.
I'm almost certain.
I can't remember which one it was.
It was
I just
either
know
that,
it was
no,
in-
or it might have been the one where the hatch was in the. Anyway, I think it was 6, dude.
yeah.
That was when I knew that we made it in terms of notoriety within the community,
Yeah.
and we were pulling in big numbers.
Yeah,
Like, we
every
were
video we
pulling
put
in
out
big
was like
numbers.
300,000
Yeah,
views a
we
video.
were pulling in big numbers,
which
dude.
in 2011 was
Big.
a lot of that's a
big,
lot
dude.
of views.
Yeah.
300,000 views
That's big today.
is still relatively big today.
Yeah. I mean, that's a you can make a sizable living.
Yeah.
Pulling in those numbers.
As far as Twitch goes, I've never. I mean, I hit my peak playing the Hearthstone beta, and then I chickened out because I couldn't torture myself playing it every day of my life, and probably threw away a lot of money doing it. But I didn't kill myself, so that's an upshot.
That is good.
Yeah,
That
That's
is
an
good.
that's
I don't
an
want a
upshot.
world without Adam.
Yeah.
So
I don't want one without me either because, well, I wouldn't be here right now.
There you go.
What about you for Twitch?
Oh, Twitch. I don't really have a specific
Did you
moment.
have like a period?
Not really. You know, when I bought my first house, it was probably when I knew I had made it. Yeah. Like, just being able to pay my bill, like, not having to worry about bills.
Yeah.
Like, where I think, honestly, I think when I look back, I think the part where I knew I kind of made it is when I stopped knowing when I get paid. You know, when money, like, it'd be like 4 or 5 months ago by, and I hadn't checked my bank statements.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, that's a kind of a big deal because when you used to live in paycheck to paycheck or just not having literally enough money to pay your bills to the point where you can basically, do what you normally do, but you
You're on
never
autopilot.
Yeah, you don't have to check to see if there's enough money for this or that, or
Yeah.
you look at your bank account and it's up, a few $1,000, and you wouldn't know. Like, if somebody went in to my account and had taken $500 out a month before, I would have never have known it was taken. That is like a pretty big indication and a feeling of, like, my career's doing something for me financially.
Yeah,
That was probably the real time where, you feel like you've
hit some sort of like success.
Success, yeah.
Muotech asks, are you ever going to make another DLC? This podcast pretty much encapsulates everything that we did. The DLC stuff was basically like we had something extra that was outside of the podcast that we thought was too long or whatever. And also the DLC stuff, I guess, to a degree, the summation of certain topics we have on the Life's Glitch TV 2 account on YouTube, which does the clips for Technical Alpha. So if you don't have time to watch the whole thing, but you still want to see the video of it, et cetera, we take some of the more important clips. Mark, our editor, puts that stuff together, posts it up there for you guys to enjoy. That's pretty much what that's about. Last one, Black Jimmy asks, what's one thing that makes you angrier than it should?
When
Was it games in general?
No, games.
Games. I get well, I'll be more specific. RNG in games, random shit in games, drives me fucking
Bonkers.
wild. And then past that, it's just in general games. Like there should be no reason to get so upset over something as trivial as a fucking video game, but and I've certainly as a streamer had less patience than when I was just playing recreationally. And I think that's because like I always feel like I'm on a timeline. Like I want to finish this game in a certain number of days of streams. I want to get going, and when a game just like puts any kind of like
Roadblock
that
you
I
can't
feel
control.
like shouldn't be there in the first place,
Yeah.
that I'm fucking tilted out of my mind, and it really shouldn't bother me like in the slightest. Outside of that, bad drivers drive me fucking wild. People that just do the most inane shit, can't stay in your lane going around a corner. If they're about to take a corner like if they're about to turn off the main road onto like a side road, the people that have to turn fucking the opposite way first before they cut their wheel over. You ever experience that?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
usually people that drive trucks for some reason because they're like, I have to make a wide turn. So I'm going to ignore the fact that there's another lane next to me with vehicles.
Yeah.
And I'm going to swing this way before swinging off onto my turn. So I go 3/4 of the way into the opposite lane and then make my turn off the road. You know, shit like that is just the bad drivers make me want to fucking rage on a daily basis.
For me, it's very simple. When Kayla comes downstairs, she gives my food in a bowl, and she gives me a
The
fork.
the fork. Yeah.
That shit,
Makes me.
I never understood how people can eat things in a bowl with a fork because of the way,
It's just it's
and
not,
I don't like the noise of scraping.
Yeah.
That's my biggest, and I like legitimately get
Unless
irritated.
it's like a salad in a bowl where it depends on what's in the bowl.
Yeah,
Because like if it's like rice and stuff in a bowl, you're going to inevitably need a spoon to get
but
that rice out.
why are you feeding me a salad in a bowl?
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I want a salad on a plate.
sure.
I don't want a salad in a bowl.
That's
So,
fair.
you
That's
know, that would be my counter argument. It's like, yeah, okay, if you're going to give me a salad in a bowl, yeah, I'm going to need a fucking fork.
Yeah.
But why are you giving me a salad in a bowl? Put it on a fucking plate and give me a fork. So, like that is probably one of my biggest pet peeves like in life. And it irritates me. Like I won't say I get angry, but I do get very like
it bothers you more than it should.
there you go.
Yeah.
It's the name of the topic.
Yeah.
It bothers me a lot more than it should. It's like, okay, well, you don't like it, then go up and grab a fucking spoon then. You know, but yeah, why? Like, it gets to the point now where if Kayla does it, and she's getting a lot better at it because she knows how I am.
Yeah.
But she could come with a bowl of stir fry, right?
Yeah.
She puts in a bowl, which is fine. Because I can eat stir fry with a fork or a spoon.
Sure, yeah.
But if you're going to give me stir fry and you want me to eat it with a fork, then put it on a plate. If you're going to give it to me in a bowl, then give me a spoon.
Yes.
So say she gives me it with a bowl,
Yeah.
and she lays a fork there, I won't even eat. I don't need I won't say anything because I know it'll bug her. So I won't eat, and then she'll go, "What's wrong?" And then she'll immediately look at the fork. She'll, "Oh shit!" And then she'll give me the spoon. I'll say, "Oh, thanks, babe."
That's some petty shit.
Oh, bro, it's petty, but
so petty.
But dude, because it irritates me. I don't know what it is about it. I can't scrape a bowl.
Here's one that irritates me more than it should. Since you said one about Kayla, it doesn't make me. It's like you. It doesn't make me angry, but it's just it irks me more than it should. I make M breakfast over almost every single morning, and I'll ask her what she wants for breakfast, and she'll tell me what she'd like to have for breakfast. It's usually like eggs and toast or French toast or something like that. Maybe oatmeal one morning. So I'll say okay. So I'll go upstairs and I'll be making breakfast, and I gotta make breakfast for the both of us, and I'll take my time because like she normally like gets up, takes time. Maybe like gets out of her pajamas or whatever, puts on like her scrubs for work, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. She takes like a good solid 20 minutes to make that happen. Sometimes even a little bit more than that. And so she'll come upstairs, and I'm trying to time it with her getting upstairs to have breakfast. She will not touch her food until I'm also sitting at the table and eating. So unless I can make everything that ends at the exact same time.
That's a good woman.
It is, but
I know
it irks me
I know.
because what happens is I end up having to make my food first and then eat my food cold, so that she has warm food because I don't want she'll eat it and will not complain if it's cold, but I don't want her to eat. If I'm going to make you breakfast,
enjoy it. Go ahead, eat
it when it's when it's hot.
Yeah,
as it's supposed to be.
It's morning. Things are moving. Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Eat up.
Eat. Don't wait and get cold food. Otherwise, why am I making you food right now? It's going to taste like crap because it's cold. Eat the food I put it in front of you, and then I'll be there in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just making eggs.
Yeah. We ain't
You can
saying
start.
grace or anything.
You can start.
Yeah.
Sit down. Go ahead.
Just go ahead.
So I now I'm wising up to it. If I'm making French toast, I've got plates in the oven,
Damn.
and I make my French toast first, and it goes in the oven to stay warm, and then make hers last, so that it's coming out, so that I can sit down and eat warm food.
Hey, you guys know you got a good relationship when you're willing to adapt
That's right.
to something like that. Because if it was me, Kayla, I just slaved in this kitchen. I don't cook. I made you food. Eat it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, wait till you have kids because all that shit's going out the way. You know, baby Kai, he don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. We'll be eating cold. He's got to eat. So, you know.
I love that she wants to eat with me.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's sweet. I think it's amazing.
Mm.
But it changed how I cook because I want to eat warm food.
It's a good gesture, but baby, this isn't Thanksgiving dinner.
No.
This is just a routine breakfast. Just enjoy your food, please.
Please.
I don't want to serve you cold food. I want to serve you warm food. I want to make you happy. All right? I can see you from over here. I'm doing my thing. I'm here. Just talk to me.
Yeah.
Eat your food.
I'm actually less than 2 feet away from
Yeah.
you.
Just go ahead and eat.
Just go ahead.
You know what you do next time? This is what you do. Is she waiting for you to also eat, or she just wants you to sit down? Because what you can do.
She wants me to also be eating. They eat together.
Yeah, because I would have been. I'd have been like, all right,
eat.
yeah. So sit down, then you sit down with her as she starts. Then all right, I'm gonna go do my own thing. Now you got her caught, right?
No, I got it. No,
yeah,
I got
see,
to
no,
be
yeah,
eating
no.
at the same
Yeah,
time.
see, no, but you're adapting. Hey,
I can make it work.
but you know what though, Adam? Comes a time, brother, where you got to put your foot down, and you got to say, I'm not making this adaptation here. I'm not doing this. I'm not putting stuff in the oven to keep it nice and warm so that we can sit down and have this. So at some point, Adam, you got to say, listen, Em, I love you. All right? But you need to eat your fucking food when I'm done cooking it. All right? Because I don't want to have to be putting stuff on in a little toaster oven here and trying to time all this shit. All right? You know what? You start eating. You're going to be halfway through your meal, and then I'm going to be able to join you and finish this up with you. You know what I'm saying? We're just at different parts of the races right now.
Yes.
It's a rally. I hand you the baton. I need you to start eating. I'm going to go do a lap real quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to meet up. You're going to hand me that baton back. I'm going to start eating, and then we're going to run and finish the race together.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
All right? Because if I make this food, I put it in the oven, all right? Ain't nobody running right now.
Because here's
We
the
falling
secret. The
behind.
secret is she doesn't care if it's cold. That's the problem.
No.
But because I'm cooking
No, but
it.
you care.
But because I care.
There's a
because
quality
I'm
that you need to. Hey, I'm
cooking it.
making this food, man. I want this to be good. I don't care if you like it cold or whatever. It's gonna be hot.
I'm just gonna have to live with it. I'm just gonna have to live with it. But it doesn't make me mad. It just it's like it said. Just it bothers me more than it should because she
That would bother
because
me.
she obviously doesn't care if it's cold. She just wants the food.
You know what though, Adam? I think her wanting to appease you and be a good woman because you got a good girl.
Yes.
I think that overweighs the fact that she would prefer to have her dinner warm or her breakfast warm.
Yes.
So it's like the given the pros in her mind are much greater
Yes.
than the con of having some lukewarm or some cold toast.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Which is fine.
But no, it's not okay because Adam, you're setting a precedent. All right. Because what's going to happen is when y'all eventually move out together and y'all, it's going to turn out to be like she can't eat until you eat, or she can't do this. You gotta nip it in the ass now. You gotta let her know. You gotta learn how to eat without me. I appreciate the gesture, but you gotta learn how to eat without your boy. Because what you're doing is you're setting yourself up, bro. You're setting yourself up.
I think I've already set myself up because I'm making her breakfast every morning.
Oh, you've already fucked up. You guys are doing too much to please each other. You know what? You guys both need to simmer the fuck down a little bit. Y'all need to simmer.
She'll come to me.
Young
and she'll be
early
like,
love, guys.
She'll come to me. She'll say, "You know what we should make for dinner?" And then she'll hand me something. That, it's like a Filipino dish or something I've never made in my life, obviously.
Yeah.
And then we get to be like, okay, and I'll go and make it. And it's really what that means is that she chops some vegetables and then I make the dinner.
You know what, Adam, bro? This is all gonna change.
You know what? I just take it.
You know,
it's okay.
You know what though? Hey, it is what it. Hey,
it is. She takes care of me.
Hey, it is what it is.
I just have to make some food.
It is what it is.
And I'm a good cook.
You're
so
used to cooking anyway.
I'm used to cooking.
Hey, if you're gonna be that guy, you're gonna be that guy.
And I'm good at it. So it's fine.
All right then.
Then when we go to you go to like parties and shit, and all the girls, especially Filipino girls, and they're all talking about their boyfriends, all the other girls. It's nothing but straight A's for Adam.
Boom. Tall, handsome,
That's right.
cooks.
Has hair for now.
For now. Tell her
It's
don't get used to it.
It's a limited
Tell
time
her don't
offer.
get used to it.
I made the joke yesterday.
You got like 4 years, bro.
I said I don't know. That's way past it. I said I have a year left before.
I have
a year left before it will be so little that it will be stupid for me to like. I'm going to look like that guy that's like trying to make it work.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really work.
I think you're going to go to 35.
And then she said, "I'll give you 2."
Ooh, fuck! She even sees it coming.
And I said, you know what?
Yeah, but
I'm
you
gonna
can
hope
rock.
for your
But
two.
you can rock the bald though.
I hope so.
You can. Oh yeah, you'll rock it
We're
too.
gonna find out.
But you know what's gonna happen, bro? You're gonna rock the bald, but you're gonna rock an amazing beard.
We get the beard
You're
to
gonna
go.
be your beard game's gonna be because it's the only thing you can take care of hair wise on your face,
Is now
on your
just
head.
beard.
So you're gonna be like all in on this, so that this isn't gonna be the main focal
and all
point.
out on
Bro, that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen.
It's coming.
And you're gonna hit the weights too. Because you can't be skinny and bald.
Well, I said that exact thing.
You gotta
to her.
hit the weights.
That's what I said to her. I said, look, you can be skinny and not have hair.
Yes.
But you can't be bald.
No.
And
You got to get on the
you,
HGH.
you don't have to be fucking like enormous. You just have to be in shape.
Bro.
You can't be out of shape and bald.
No.
You can only have
but the
so
problem
many.
the problem is, Adam, is you're too tall. So you're tall, which means you have to get jacked, bro.
Yes.
You know, there is no like, oh, you know what? You do CrossFit. No. That's for a motherfucker my size. All right? You do CrossFit. You got decent sized arms, like 14-inch or 15-inch arms.
Yes.
Be okay.
Yeah.
Nah, 6'6", motherfucker. You got to get jacked. You're gonna be bald. You're gonna have an amazing beard, and you got to be Chris Redfield.
I'm gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to
You're gonna
be
be
a big boy.
thick, bro. You're gonna have to be thick to make that work.
It's a big
Just
boy.
gonna let you know.
Which is a problem because the heaviest I've ever weighed was like 210 pounds.
Well, you know what though? The older you get, the easier it's gonna be to pack on the weight.
I hope so. The harder it is when we put on all that muscle. Tune in to find out. On this podcast with the overhead lighting, you're going to see over time. You're going to watch the progression. There's going to be a nice gradient of Adam's hair disappearing, and then on the other end, it will just be one day I'm going to show up. I'm going to be bald.
And you know, good news. Good news. You guys got at least another year because we signed. We
1 year the podcast is on.
We know you guys for at least a year. So we're
You're
going to
in.
see what it's like today.
That's right.
All right, we're calling it out now.
I'm gonna
on
have-
episode. What episode is this?
This is 137.
137.
So it'll be 237.
So 230.
well,
no,
it'll be
it'll
more than that.
Yeah,
No.
it will be.
Or less than
no,
that.
less
Sorry,
than that because there's
than
only
that.
four
Yeah,
in it.
one a
Never
week. Yeah, 1 a week.
So by episode like fucking 300 or whatever.
189.
Damn, you did it that quick in your head?
1 year is 52 weeks.
Damn. There you go.
137, 52.
You see? That's-
189.
Boom. Episode 189, we're going to look at
That's
the
right.
consistency of Adam's hair. And we're going to see if it's still there.
The consistency. Buckle up for that one.
Boom.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Technoloff Podcast. This has been a solid, just shy of 3-hour beast,
We needed it.
which is impressive after, we needed it. It's
We
true.
needed it.
After missing last week.
Yeah.
Now you got it.
Boom. We're back on.
We're back on for it. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Patreon.com/LagTV. We look forward to seeing you guys next week. Hit the like button on YouTube if you're there. Give us a review on iTunes if you have a moment, or everywhere else where you might be listening to it. And pass on the word. We'd love to have some more people catch the podcast. If you guys think it's worth listening to, odds are that means you might know somebody else that thinks that, hey, I want to listen to two dudes talk about penis analogies and shit.
Why not? It's just like old
Occasionally
times.
video games.
It's literally what we just did in the last hour. It's what we used to do in StarCraft, just in longer form.
That's right. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.